All
Are
right.
we live?
I'm pretty sure. If we
Hooray!
are, welcome to the first Neuro-Heretical hobby stream. Today on stream we have me, Brendan, Scott, and John. Everybody just kind of hanging out.
Buongiorno.
Yeah. Today I'm going to be working mostly on my Krieg. The camera's just going to be on me, but we have Scott and John in the chat. So if anyone actually shows up, you can talk to all of us, really.
Do I need to open the chat?
And if you want to. Oh, hey, Chaplain Thrain's here.
Oh, hi, Chaplain Thrain. Welcome to the party.
Yeah, if one of you could kind of like be in the text chat a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So because my computer's way over here, and that's going to be an issue once I get past all the streaming gear.
All standby.
Requires like moving and stuff though. I don't know about all that.
Ow. Moving? Aren't you on your computer?
My like hobby desk is away from my computer.
Oh, that's set up. Hold on, I'll bring it up.
Yeah, it sounds like it's Scott's problem.
Yeah, that's a me problem. Fixing it. I'm fixing it.
I've never actually seen the abomination that is my computer desk.
Actually, no.
I've only seen inside your house twice. And the first time was over a year ago, and the second time you closed the door on me real fast.
I had a work call.
I know. It was still very quick, that's all I'm saying. I was like, hi, and then he was like, I was like, okay.
I'm sending y'all a picture of my setup. Look at this abomination.
Let's see.
Also, hey, we're happy to have you here, Chaplain Thrain. Nice to see you as always. Of course, this is a very bit different than our usual streams, but, you know, we're trying different things.
Compact. We're doing good. We're just happy to get together. We've been talking about this for a while, so,
Yeah.
Oh god. Hi, Biddy. I also have a cat with me.
The cat that has also been on multiple streams.
Yes. Let's see.
Oh, I should probably be on camera when I'm painting this. I realize now I paint near the edge of my desk. The things you learn about yourself when you're self-conscious about yourself.
Wait, is there an option to be not self-confident? Self-conscious?
Self-conscious wasn't the right word, really.
You know, you gotta put stat points into it.
I think anyone that says they're confident is a liar.
Just like I said, everybody that says they know physics. Or quantum physics, rather.
Are you calling Sheldon Cooper a liar?
I mean, he's an actor, so yes, technically. What is acting but professional lying?
I mean, he's not a real person. Jim something is...
Parsons?
Jim Parsons? Yeah, Parsons.
I was between that or Perkins. Like, I was in the right ballpark, but I wasn't sure.
Look, I got a 50-50 shot at this.
I've had a day, alright? I've had a 36 hours.
Oh, okay. Chaplain Thrain has a question for us.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, what's the most random / interesting piece of Warhammer lore you guys know? It can be fantasy, Age of Sigmar, or 40k.
Oh, jeez.
I have a potentially heretical one for Black Templars. A lot of players don't like to acknowledge this, but so it's pretty well known that Black Templars do not have librarius, right? What we actually don't know is precisely why that is.
Okay.
Because at the end of the heresy, the Imperial Fists had a librarius. And Sigismund isn't really that anti-psyker, right? He's not a fan, but he's not like aggressively anti-psyker. So one theory put forward in lore was during the killing of the so-called Caca Dominus.
The what?
Caco Dominus.
You're making up words. What the hell is Cacodomus?
It was like a souped-up Xeno-psyker, right? and then the Black Templars killed it. And its psychic scream echoed across the warp and killed thousands upon thousands of psychers across multiple sectors of space.
Ooh, is this like the time where the what I think it was the Death Watch accidentally unleashed the Shard of the Catan, the Nightbringer? Where we messed up.
Possibly, yes. But the theory is that in doing so, they killed all of their own psychers in the process, and it affected the gene seed so much they can't get new psychers anymore.
So they just got sterilized. Psychic sterilization.
And it was their own fault.
Well, you know, it happens to the best of us, I guess.
I don't know if I call the Black Templars the best of us.
That's fair, honestly.
As a Black Templar player, like, these are by definition not good people. But yeah, that is one of my contributions at this time.
Oh god. Well, Chaplain Thrain is thanking us for not mentioning the Demon Club. I don't actually know how you pronounce that. I know what it is, but
yeah,
I don't want to think about it.
I'd like to. That's part of the lore I like to pretend doesn't exist. Like, there's Grimdark, and then there's that, and it's just like
whatever that is.
I don't like to think about that when I'm playing with my literal toy soldiers.
Well, Jonathan, what's a random piece of lore that you know?
Oh god, I like know no lore anymore.
I mean, it doesn't have to be up to date. It can be outdated.
It can be outdated. I mean, lore's constantly it's a nebulous thing.
It's whatever the marketing department needs it to be.
Honestly, fair.
Turn on.
My weird bit of lore that for some reason I know because I was trying to. Okay. For those of you who in the class who are not aware, I like fruit. I know. Surprising. I know.
Didn't you literally just run 200 fruit like 2 weeks ago?
Yes. However, comma. I'm ready for my close-up, sir. Okay, but I was researching Kroot. The reason I know so much about Kroot is because I was researching it because originally we talked about doing a Rogue Trader game, right? Of course, in our usual fashion, it never happened because our ADHD doesn't allow us to do a D&D campaign, but it does allow us to start a whole ass business. I don't know.
And to be clear, you mean the RPG Rogue Trader, not First Edition.
Correct.
Yes.
Well, I would be I'm kind of interested just to at least see what the rules are for Rogue Trader because I've never actually seen them. I want to see how rough they are.
Our local store had a print of one of the reprints.
Oh right, they had like the anniversary edition.
Yeah, like the hardcover. I almost bought it, but I was like, no, I can't justify it right now.
I own all the books for the RPG.
But anyway.
I mean, you got to do a Humble Bundle, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the weird fact that I learned, and I'm not sure who the hell codified this. Apparently, Kroot reproduce by vomiting on each other's backs.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, the male Kroot will throw up on the back of a female Kroot, and the female's Kroot back will absorb it and get their DNA and get pregos.
So you read this and thought, yes, this is the army I want to play.
No, I thought, that's weirdly specific. Somebody who wrote this needs to unpack something. What?
I have a bit of a weird fact about the Kroot.
Oh no.
If Kroot attempt to eat Necron, I think the term is like Necrodermis or something like that. If they attempt to eat it, they will explode.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but that is kind of funny.
It shows up in the novel Khazarkan, which is where I learned it. And there's literally, what's their leader called? Like the shape, whatever?
A shaper. Shapers are like their religious figures that make sure everybody eats the right things.
Yeah, so a shaper is like one of the POV characters, and multiple times he has to tell his band, he's like, don't eat the Necrons. And one of them tries to eat the Necrons, and it ends exactly as it said he would.
Skadoosh. Well, Jonathan, maybe this one will spur yours. Captain Thrain's favorite fun fact is Lipid men survived the end times by turning their cities into spaceships to leave the planet when the Skaven dropped the moon on the world, and that's how they are in Age of Sigmar.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that's real.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Age of Sigmar lore is wild. Also, Lord Croak, their greatest sorcerer, I believe did actually die during the end times. And he is currently in the lore because he got bored of not existing and just thought himself back into existence.
Huh.
I love just how batshit insane the Skaven and the Lizardmen are.
Hashtag not my chaos god.
Well, you know, Jonathan, when are we playing? When are we actually playing Age of Sigmar? Or not Age of Sigmar. Well, I guess the Age of Sigmar or Old World, because I know you've been working on those.
I need to get more stuff painted for Age of Sigmar. I think we only collectively own... I guess we collectively own 2 armies of the Old World, but one of them is not assembled at all, and the other one is painted by me in high school.
I think we both know that Scott is going to find a way to play Skaven in Old World. It's okay.
I have several boxes that I've been trying to sell on eBay that nobody seems to want to buy, so, I mean, something's got to happen to them, right?
It's a sign from the Rat God.
All hail the great horned rat!
I have a Skaven army from when I was in high school.
Oh, is that the other one that's like... The other one you were talking about? Oh.
They made the Tomb Kings starter set, and I own all of that, except for the new dragon sculpt. I just have that army in my dresser. Problem is, I don't have any of the cool stuff. I don't have any Ushop D. I don't have the Necrosphinx, and I don't have the new dragon sculpt.
Oh, also real quick, Dumb Marine Photography says, hey.
Oh, howdy. Hey. Sorry, I got so absorbed with my hobby that I missed that. Hi, Dumb Marine Photography. And also, Mazda over here, Mazda Audi, held up the moon to allow the ships to escape until the spell turned him to dust after days.
I think it's Mazda Mundi.
I will say, there's one thing I appreciate about Age of Sigmar that I feel like you can't really get in 40K as much, and it's just
Sculpts are better.
Shut up.
Have you seen the new whatchamacallit? New Space Wolves? I would put the new Space Wolves up against any Age of Sigmar model.
Honestly, that's fair. The new
you really want to take that challenge, man?
Yes.
You're gonna lose that bet.
What's the Challenger Master? The guy that used to be on a sleigh with his two reindeer dogs.
The Great Wolf. I forget his name off the top of my head. I can't look.
Oh my god. You're full of science. Logan Grimnair.
Thank you.
Grimnar.
But yes, so I will say, just like the neat thing about fantasy is just like the level of batshit things that happen. Because they can have these cataclysmic events that affect the entire world because it is only one world. I don't know.
Now it's a bunch.
Well, now it's a bunch, right? They kind of... I don't know. It's still neat.
One of my favorite things about the Age of Sigmar is it exists because GW thought they could just make cool models and it would sell. And they were wrong. They were very, very wrong.
They're kind of right.
After they added a whole bunch of lore. Like, first edition Age of Sigmar was not popular at all. It had a whole bunch of reworks going into second edition.
First edition was pretty popular.
I don't think so. Certainly not as popular as it is.
Pre-General's Handbook 1 Age of Sigmar was terrible because it wasn't a real game.
Yeah,
But
well,
after the-
how long did it take for that first General's Handbook to come out?
longer than it should have, not as long as you think it would be.
Okay.
So about a year.
I don't remember.
Also, Dumb Marine Photography is wondering what paint are people using today? And I guess the other question that is kind of goes hand in hand with that is what's everybody's hobby for the evening?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start because everybody sees me. Yeah, so I'm doing my Krieg today, which are inspired by a kind of World War I color scheme. So I have a couple Vallejo model colors, German uniform and German gray, that I use as the primary color for them, and a couple other colors we'll do on the side, which are mostly Citadel after that.
That's the nice thing about Vallejo model colors is they have a very good historical line.
Yeah.
And they're usually just the ones that's cited for like bolt action and stuff. So
I
if
think
you're
Army
trying
Painter.
to
Oh, you can go ahead.
lower. Yeah, no, they're very good. I use Vallejo to paint all of my bolt action stuff. Who will one day get their dust be undusted because there's a new edition out. I'd like to try it at some point, but we here at Neuro-Heretical Wargaming are very good at playing 1,000 different games, and one day we'll commit to one of them.
What I was gonna say is, I think the Army Painter just dropped a historical line.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think it's Army Painter. I'm fairly certain.
Huh.
So I saw a few
Well,
videos
that's
about it, but I didn't watch any of them. So, but I got
didn't expect
suggested.
that historical lines would be that popular. But also, it's called the Army Painter, so they should probably have one.
But you also got to consider, like, historical lines. Obviously, it works towards historicals, but it also has guard armies. Are a huge huge.
Oh, like Vallejo model colors are made for, or the Vallejo like original, are made for like model aircraft.
Well, yeah, and like dioramas and stuff, which is another market. If you're a paint company, there's no reason not to try and break into that.
Especially since like the main one that people get from the get-go is like testers sells everywhere, despite it being an enamel. It's really weird that like testers paints, the like default paints you can find at any like hobby store, or like if you went to Walmart, they'd have testers paint there. It's enamel paint too. It's like the intrinsically more difficult paint to use.
But also like super toxic.
Yes, you have to use thinner to get it off your brushes too.
It's
Just it's a weird choice.
Chaplain's
John,
Terrain.
what are you working on?
Go ahead.
Oh.
No, never mind. Go
John,
ahead.
what are you working on? What you doing, John?
I'm just kind of sitting.
Oh. He's here for the hangout of the hobby hangout.
Oh, that's fair. That is half the hangout part.
What are you painting, Scott? Or assembling? I know you were vacillating.
Right now I'm assembling us a Discord, actually.
Oh, that's right.
So yes, I promised the people that we'd have a Discord by the 1st. It's come to my attention that there was only 30 days in April instead of 31. So we're finishing it up right now, so hopefully I can get it all posted tomorrow.
So if you're in stream, look for that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely have
once
something.
I get this in a place that I'm happy with,
It's a banana,
As I get
Michael.
this
What did it
to a
cost?
place that I'm
$5?
happy with.
Nothing, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, once I get this to a place I'm happy with, I'm gonna start. I'm feeling building tonight. I was doing a lot of painting over the weekend, so I think I might build my little statue from the most recent Kill Team box.
Genuinely is a great statue.
It's gorgeous, especially after Chris brought his. I'm like, damn, I need to finish this.
Yeah.
All right, I will build along with you.
Hey.
Good. My man. Also, Chaplain Thrain says, speaking of Space Wolves, do you know what the Wolfen Dreadnought they keep on ice literally... Do you know about the Wolfen Dreadnought they keep on ice literally until he gets dropped in the middle of enemy lines?
Yes.
Huh? Who is
Murder
this?
Fang. Murder Fang. The best part about Murder Fang is they just found him, right? It's not like he
What?
turned into a wolf and was wounded and they put him in a dreadnought. They found him on a planet.
Like, already dreadnoughted? Or just a dude and they're like, oh god, this guy's pretty metal, we should put him in,
I think he might have already been the dreadnought, but I don't know that 100%. But I know, like...
Oh, they're just going around crusading, as one does when you're a space wolf. Because is he... He's not old enough to be pre-heresy, right?
No, the old one is Bjorn. Bjorn the Fell-Handed is...
That's right.
Met the Emperor
Oh.
on Terra.
So
Oh, man.
Murderfang is literally just like a dude they found in the woods that had a dreadnought suit and apparently was not dead. Because like dreadnoughts require a lot of maintenance, don't they? Like you need tech priests and stuff to keep those things running. Yeah, this guy was just, you know, doing his thing in the woods.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, that's pretty metal.
Yes, I'm not 100% on the lore behind him. He might have been just on the Fang. He might have just been, might have been on Fenris. He might have just been in the wild on Fenris for God knows how long. But I'm fairly certain the wolves did not know about him. Or like, you know what? Okay. Or no, because he would... Because the Thousand Sons invading the Fang came with 8th edition, I think. So he was already around, so I don't think that's when they found him. Because he's a pretty old sculpt now. Because he's in the old Dreadnought.
He shows his age.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the box dreads still look pretty good.
They have charm, but when you put them next to the modern ones, like, you can tell. Here, actually,
I mean, is it because they're half the size of a freaking Redemptor?
Yeah, give me a second. I will show you. I will show you.
All right, all right. While you find him, no clue where he came from. He was just fighting K-Sons. I'm assuming that's Thousand Sons.
Yep.
Oh, K-Sons, Thousand
One
K.
K-Sons.
Yep, got it. On Fenris, when they came for the Fang, just out of the wilds alone, just doing murder Fang stuff.
Okay, okay. So here is a standard box knot. This is an ironclad, right? Here is a Redemptor. Do you notice? Note the difference.
I am now learning what the actual difference in when we stream and when it actually like shows up. This is fascinating to learn. All right. Oh my god, I did not realize it was so small.
It's massive. It's a huge difference. The Redemptor is an absolutely massive glow up for the Dreadnoughts. I do like the Ironclad, but he is an itty bitty boy.
Well, how does he square up to like a the Eggy Boy, the Contemptor?
Here, I'll grab one real quick. I should have just grabbed all of them.
Should have just grabbed all of them. Wait, this is the Dreadnought display show now.
While he does that, I have started assembling again a Mechanicum heavy support box. So I'm assembling...
for 30K?
Yep. I'm assembling a big robot that is much larger than any of these dreadnoughts.
Okay, okay.
Alright, so this is the versus the Contemptor. This is the rigor mortis one. So this is the one that was like push fit before the new pattern came out. But I'm pretty sure it's the same size. It might be a smidge smaller.
Oh, okay. I understand what you mean by rigor mortis.
Yeah. And then I have a
Huh.
one of
I didn't
the
realize the Contemptor was taller.
new posable whatever the really big guy is called. I forget off the top of my head.
Oh.
Indominus? No, Indominus.
The
Leviathan?
Leviathan Dreadnought, yeah. Like,
what do you mean the
very...
Dorito?
I don't
That's
have a
that's
Dorito
Leviathan.
built. Yeah, it's Leviathan.
You don't have actually
I don't have them
have
built, is what I meant. I do have a Dorito.
Okay,
So
okay,
I bought
that's fair.
one of the boxes on my own. But yeah, they are all very different in size. I will say, putting them side by side, the box knots actually do compare fairly favorably to the Contemptors, but not so much to the Redemptor.
Yeah, well, I feel like the Leviathan is just kind of better scaled, if you will, because the Redemptor looks like a little cartoony, right?
He's
It's
a little too... I think I think he's okay.
I mean, like it looks a
but-
little cartoony, but I think that was just kind of the artifact of when it was made. Like they were going for a lot more like cartoony stylized when they made the Primaris guys, and you know you kind of see like things get a little bit better looking, like with the blade guard looked fantastic. It's just metal as hell.
I don't know. The Redemptor's kind of grown on me. I like him in scale when he's next to Primaris, which I think was the main thing, right? Because the sarcophagus
Right.
on the box knot looks really small, and it's like, man, how did they fit like a dude in there? Even compared to the older minis. Even though at one point it was the biggest model in the game, I think, or one of the biggest. So you know, scale creep. But
Yeah, I mean it's a thing. Like just the technology to like pour these molds and like make these things has just gotten better and more accessible for companies like Games Workshop over time, so they can make these bigger, more intricate models.
yeah, and
Because,
just
like,
like they
God-
had the money to spend on the, because to start plastic production is more expensive than resin by a fairly big margin.
Oh
So they
yeah,
had
so
the
that's
money
why
to just
for-
do it and go all out.
Especially with like smaller studios, right? You'll see them use resin models because it's just cheaper at a small scale to do.
Yeah, like
Because to do the plastic requires making a whole injection molding thing, and
you have to pay
yeah.
for the actual machine. You can't reuse the machines really as much. Yeah, it's a
And
whole
you need
process.
you need to hire like industrial engineers and stuff to making sure everything works with each other, and it's a whole nonsense.
Also, real quick, Chaplain Thrain says Contemptor is best, but Leviathan is his favorite. And let me tell you a story about that Leviathan Dreadnought.
Yeah,
Is it why it's dusty?
That's part of it. It plays into it. So,
Oh,
be me.
okay.
What do you?
10th edition is around the corner.
Okay.
Right?
as one does / is.
Me, be excited. Me,
Okay.
get ready for 10th edition. Me, decide, buy a few things to be ready for 10th edition. Step 1, Leviathan Dreadnought. Step 2, Spartan Assault Tank. Be me when Leviathan Dreadnought and Spartan Assault Tank are moved to Legends. So they are primed and then get put on the shelf for the last
Ooh,
2 years.
Forgot about that.
They're not legends if you played a good game like Horus Heresy.
They're not nearly as fun in Horus Heresy, because I can't put a 20-man Crusader squad inside it in Horus Heresy. Most because Crusader squads don't exist in the same way.
You can put a 20-man Despoiler squad.
Yeah, but that's not as fun.
Hold on, you can put a 20-man Crusader squad. What are you talking about?
I can do that in the Spartan and 40k. I've actually done it at a tournament that allowed legend rules. I won that
No, I'm
tournament.
saying you can do it in 30k.
I don't care about 30k. Also, my Night Lords, I don't have that many spoilers. I don't feel like building that many spoilers for my Night Lords, to be 100% honest with you.
Okay, or hear me out. You could.
Your stated issue is that you couldn't put 20 Despoilers in a Spartan in 30k, and that is clearly untrue.
Okay. No, I said I couldn't fit 20 Crusaders in it because it has all the bits for my Black Templars on it. So I can't easily convert it to my Night Lords without destroying all the bits they don't make anymore.
Oh, okay. No, I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Same with the Leviathan. He's all Black
tracking.
Templared out. He is set and ready.
I mean, you could always just play it on the stream. Like we don't care about Legends.
Yeah, I will.
I don't know if I know we say that. Have we actually played any Legends models on stream yet?
I don't think we have.
Yes.
Have we?
Well, depends on okay. No, we've played Imperial Index. We haven't played Legends.
Yeah. I mean, like, we've had models that are technically Legends, but we weren't using their Legends data sheets. Because, in fact, all the Chaos Land Raiders we've run have been Spartans.
Have I run a Land Raider yet? No.
I think the only ones that we've run are mine and Jeff's. And we both run Spartans with our Death Guard and CSM.
They run the Proteus?
My Proteuses aren't painted.
I don't know. I don't know what my favorite dreadnought is though. I don't know. I have a special place in my heart for the Achilles and the Gladys though, which are contemptor chassis for the custodes, because there's something just deeply satisfying about a dreadnought with a sword with a sword and board.
Very
I
true.
hate dreadnoughts. As just like a general rule, I'm not a fan of them in general. The ones that end up pass for me, I love the Dorito actually, and the Leviathan gets a pass.
I like both of them, to be honest. I mean, I like the Dorito. He's a goofy little shit, but I like him. He's inherently very goofy.
Yes. Hey, he's never let me down before.
I say that, but I've had one in a box for like a year now that I just have not. I kind of forgot he was there after a while, to be 100% honest.
How dare you?
He's fun. I just didn't have a place for him. In my army, does he take a heavy support slot? I think he does.
He does.
Yeah. Like I said, and we've discussed this many times, heavy support slots are at a premium in my army. Most because I only have one for my Night Lords, so.
Always play a different Rite of War.
No, I like that one. Oh my god.
But don't complain about its restrictions.
I'm not complaining about it, I'm just stating facts.
Hi, kitty.
Okay, I am coming to the conclusion that, one, these Krieg are a recast, and two, I hate the person who bought them originally.
That is fair.
And
It wasn't me.
I
just
tolerate the
told you,
person
but-
that sold them to me.
Well, you better tolerate me. You don't have much of a choice.
Unfortunate, but true.
I don't know who sold this stuff to you, but they didn't have...
Jeff sold it to me, but I think it was one of his roommates had it originally.
I think it was
don't know.
straight up his barracks roommate, who is kind of a
Oh.
not YouTube safe word. So.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair.
So I'm pretty certain. I remember him talking about it originally, and I was like, "Oh, I'll take it." He's like, "No, I wouldn't. I don't want to sell you these. They're bad." And then eventually he sold them to you, who sold them to me, which was like,
yeah. It came full
In
circle.
hindsight, the original statement was correct.
he was not. Yeah, 100% was not wrong. Jeff, if you
Yep.
see this stream, you were right. I'll never actually say that to your face, but because I'm positive he will not be seeing this stream.
Oh yeah, because he's at the store tonight, hanging with the homies.
Yeah, that's right.
Holy
Then
crap!
again, Dumb Marine Photography stopped by, and he's a Wednesday guy.
Oh, is he? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Does
Scared
he
me
want-
at the store on Saturday, not gonna lie to you. So he came up, he's like, "Are you Brendan?" I was like, "Yes." "Who are you?"
Who are you?
He's like, "Oh, I'm Dumb Marine Photography." I was like, "Oh, okay, that."
Oh wait, we can't.
No, we had to monetize.
No, we scored again.
We never even got
Not every
started.
time.
See,
Well,
Chaplain Thrain says, "Hey, Night Lords literally pieced together their armor from other Marines they kill, man. Who says they didn't steal Black Templar's tank?" And you know what? You're not wrong. If I didn't primarily use it for 30k, in which case Night Lords, unfortunately, or Black Templars do not yet exist. Kind of, sort of, depending on when you play it.
Oh, you can, because Black Templar are what? I'm bad with Space Marine lore. There's a reason why I picked Alpha Legion for Horus Heresy. But the Black Templar were originally the Black Shields, or am I mixing things up?
You're mixing things up. They were originally
Oh.
an elite unit of the Imperial Fist called the Templars.
Okay.
They were like their elite guard unit.
Have their own Rite of War in 30k currently.
They do. They do. I just felt like
Oh.
it was easier to justify it being like, "Oh, I'll buy this box and then I can use it for my Night Lords, so I want to build them up," as opposed to my Black Templars, and nothing in the box really spoke to me at the time. But
It is also not the Imperial Fist Rite of War that will get you shanked in a dark alleyway.
What's the Imperial Fist right where they'll get you shanked? Oh. No, actually, what is the Imperial Fist? Because I thought Iron Hands for a second.
Stone Gauntlet is typically suggested to be the best rate of war in 30k.
Okay, okay.
That or Fury of the Ancients, of course.
Well, yeah, but
Can't forget Fury of the Ancients.
I like having friends, so
At least 30k like events are casual enough. They might actually kick you out if you show up with a Fury of the Ancients list.
I guess we'd have to ask Group Dad to see what happened there.
But it's
Because he did the actual actual LVO
Oh yeah.
thingy thing.
He was talking about it to me and John like what, a month or so ago, John?
Yep.
He loved it. It kind of sounds like that's what they're just going to do. Maybe not this year because they moved the thing around, but next time they go, they might just stick with the narrative one. Which
I would definitely be down. Unlike apparently all the rest of you, I have 30k fully painted.
Which is a fascinating reversal of the normal way of things with us.
Hey, I have more painted armies than unpainted armies now.
You do.
I have more 40k painted armies than unpainted armies.
You definitely have turned the stereotype on its head, John. I will absolutely go to bat for you on that one.
Alright.
But also we have to remember that Jonathan is the source of most of our armies, so don't bully him.
He's out of line, but he's right. Also, he's our friend, Scott, so we don't want to bully him.
Well, no, we want to bully him because he's our friend, right? Because we bully friends out of love here.
Oh, that's what I'm going to say. If y'all want to see Age of Sigmar on the channel, let me know what armies you want to see so that I can know what I should paint first.
Do you own enough where that's a valid question to ask?
I kind of do.
I feel like you knew the answer to that before you asked it, Scott.
That is fair.
But y'all going to say Lizardman, and I don't own Lizardman.
Okay.
I mean, Lizardman would be cool. That's one of the armies.
Says the Huskarls?
Huskarls.
What is that? What is the Carls? Tell me about Carl.
God, these minis are pieces of shit. Literally just broke on me.
No.
I gotta glue it on. Where's my glue?
Are you asking what a Huskarl is, or what a Huskarl is in some...
Are you asking what the Huskarls are in 30k, Scott, or what Huskarls are in history?
I guess little column A, little column B, because I'm not tracking right now.
Okay, so, I mean, as far as 30k goes, he's basically right. They were like the elite troops. The Templars were the guardians of the temple. So not necessarily that they were the most aggressive, but they had like two elite units basically. The Huskarls were like the personal guards of Dorne, I think, while the Templars guarded the temple on the Phalanx, because it actually shows up in the Sigismund's book, his little mini book where he gets his ass kicked to him repeatedly by one of them until they accept him. But historically, Housecarls were the personal guard, not army, because there usually wasn't that many of them, but kind of like the personal band of any particularly big leader. So usually like a king or a jarl, kind of whatever. Typically in North Germanic cultures. So if you look it up, you'll mostly see them talking about with Vikings and Scandinavians, but they did also exist with the what are they called? Anglo-Saxons had them as well, which is where we get the term housecarl. So if you played Skyrim, where you can get the housecarls, that's what that's inspired by, and that's why they're personally attached to you.
I haven't played Skyrim.
You were just disappointing me.
Fascinating.
Scott, you have not ceased to disappoint me with Bethesda games recently, and you just sat there while we gave John shit about not playing Fallout, and you're over here having played a single Fallout game and not Skyrim apparently.
I have Shush.
You've had 14 years.
it is the anime thing all over again. We make fun of Jonathan because he is our friend, and we call him a weeb. We also make fun of Jeff. We don't make fun of Jeff as much because he's not as defensive about it. So,
When he is more of a weeb.
Is he more of,
Hey.
or are you just equal?
You look around my apartment now, and there is not a single bit of anime merchandise that you can see.
That you can see.
As I stand up, well, there's stuff in the closet.
That doesn't make it better. I'm gonna be honest with you.
There is one piece of anime merchandise that you can see. There's also a statue from a JRPG.
Okay, that counts though.
It doesn't really, though.
Yes, being a weeaboo is not specific to anime, though that is a prime component. It has to do with all Japanese culture. Thank you.
There's another poster which looks pretty weeby, but I assure you is not.
Is it Adeptus Ridiculous? Because then I'll allow it.
It is not.
Hmm.
So, I went to LA Comic-Con one year.
Stupid little las gun. Just fix.
stupid little last gun breaking off the model.
I can't wait to replace these all with the new plastic models. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're
What I
literally
got?
filling in gaps right now.
Hey, at this convention, I saw Stan Lee.
Oh, that's cool.
Neat. Rip.
Yeah.
I will accept it if it's a Stan Lee anime poster.
And I got two signatures on various things. So I have a signature from Christopher Judge. I don't know if any of y'all know who that is.
That sounds familiar.
It's weird to me that he's not, like, I know him from something, and that's no longer what he's known for. So he's Kratos in God of War now.
Never played God of War, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Ooh, yeah, no. Captain Crane is right. That gun doesn't like you, Brennan. How's that going?
Well,
Do you have an accelerator?
no.
Well, have you had your breakdown on stream yet?
No.
All right. Well, you still have one in the bank if you want to use that.
It's fine. It's all fine.
But I know him as Teal'c from Stargate.
Oh, okay. Actually, I know who that is.
Oh, okay. I know Teal'c.
That's to do with the little thing on his forehead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know just enough about Stargate to know that. I will say, one thing that I find fascinating about Stargate and other things, they always make Cheyenne Mountain seems like it's in the middle of nowhere. It is not.
Isn't it?
No, you can drive right by it. I assure you have.
I can. Okay, almost dox myself.
Okay, yeah, let's not I didn't get specific. But having been in the area, you can see the door like, from the highway.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Try gently scouring both ends of the pieces, then add the glue. Like just stab it with a knife. That's where my brain went, but
Yeah, or like like scouring with a knife probably works. Jonathan's right, and then it gives you more surface area for it to connect to.
I can try. I'm not entirely sure how well it's going to do, just because this is very, very small.
It could be a carbine too.
It's about to be. It's about to be a plasma gun. That's what it's about to be.
The Weep signature is I have a poster of Steampunk Diva from Overwatch, signed by the voice actress.
Oh,
Very
that's
nice.
fair. Gently scrape it with your knife.
Okay, we gotta understand.
Gently scrape it.
I was combat arms, so my first trick is to stab something. Actually, I joke that, but our entire like melee training was basically like, hey, just beat them over the head with the rifle until you can point it at them.
I mean, that's fair. Don't tell 40k that, but that's fair.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
What is the... Okay, is there an actual, like, lore reason why we use swords and stuff in the 41st millennium? Because, like, Dune had a way around that, and that was that shields are so proliferated You need something that, because the thing that can get through shields in Dune is things moving slow enough.
Yeah.
So it
And if you
blocks
use a
bullets
laser
and
rifle, it
everything.
causes a nuke,
Yes.
which is the problem.
So like that was Dune's like explanation of why we have swords and stuff. Is there any like reason in 40K, or they're just like, oh, that's pretty neat?
I think it kind of depends on the army. So like I think for Space Marines, it's that they're Space Marines, so they can actually close with the enemy pretty easily because they're a walking tank. Set him aside while he drives.
Okay.
Besides that, kind of not really. Like, so you can kind of backtrack a little bit. So you can kind of apply a similar thing to Sisters, right? Because they're all in power armor, so they're a little bit tougher. Guard, could argue it's like a backtrack thing, to where like, hey, Space Marines do this, so as a sign of authority, we're going to do it too. And it kind of backbled into the rest of the Imperium. But I don't think there's an actual lore thing going on there. Well, yeah, not an actual lore thing. It's more just like, hey, the combat in this game is really more inspired by like World War II and pre-modern warfare, more than anything remotely modern.
That's fair. That's fair.
To be fair, in World War II, we did have
Fair, huh?
sword charges, so
Did you say World War II?
yes.
It was. I don't know if it counts if it's just a dude.
The Japanese did it at large.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
But also,
fair.
yes,
I
the
was
British dude did it too. In fact,
Yeah, I was just thinking this British dude.
do you know when
Was
and
it- was
where? Oh, go ahead.
Is he Scottish? I'm assuming he's Scottish, but I don't know why.
Is Mad Jack Churchill. I don't know his actual like nationality besides being from the UK. He might have been
I
Scottish,
feel-
or more likely probably some kind of mix, because, you know. I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know.
if he was
man.
actually
It-
related to
just-
Churchill.
Charging D-Day with a claymore is big Scottish energy. I don't know why.
I mean, fair. I think that's pretty standard for, not standard, that's not the word, but like even in the Napoleonic era, Scottish officers would carry claymores, but melee combat was much more common in the Napoleonic era. But do you know when the last British bayonet charge was conducted, and where?
Was it in North Africa?
No.
Was it World War One or World War Two? I forget.
No.
Oh. Is it like surprisingly recently and I'm going to be flabbergasted?
Yes.
Ah.
The Falklands?
No. There was one in the Falklands. You're not wrong. Goose Green, I believe there was one. But no, it's later than that.
Was it last week?
Not that reason.
Okay, just want to check. But I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be the last. I'm just saying.
Do you give up?
Oh yeah, I've given up.
It was in Afghanistan. In like
Was it you?
2009. No, that was before I was there. But they
Okay.
launched a bayonet charge against the Taliban and they ran away. And there was also one in Iraq, but I'm pretty sure it predates the Afghanistan one by like 2 or 3 years. But yeah, the Brits still practice bayonet drills and still issue bayonets. Or they did. I don't know if they still do, but they were able to put it into good effect. Because it turns out, when someone is running at you screaming with a knife, it's kind of scary. You don't want to be there. Which is ironically how it worked out in the Napoleonic period. Very few bayonet charges ever actually came into melee. These, I don't know. I say recast, these could well be Forge World, but they do kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
Despite some of the complaints that I see online, Forge World is not the boogeyman that I feel like people made it out to be.
Their new one, like nowadays, they're pretty good. Like I've had a couple of Forge World minis, and I've never had any complaints. But
Okay.
it seems like it used to have kind of a more mixed reputation. But I do think a lot of people haven't quite moved on from that. At least.
As somebody who has mostly came from the fantasy side, it's grim over there. Oh,
Well, that's because your forge world is like a
Dead.
giant that's wearing 17 different pairs of underwear sewn together.
better than the model that looks like it's made out of styrofoam.
Oh, is that that's not the Chaos Toad, is it?
No, it's the idol of Gork, or Bork, or something. One of the orc gods. I don't remember which.
Did it come back on? There we go. Sorry, I accidentally turned off droid cam for a second there because I was checking my phone. Sorry. Carry on.
How dare you?
Are you even watching the stream, John?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
kind of.
You have it open. Yeah, Mad Jack Churchill is a fascinating historical figure.
We went to war with Chaplain Thwain here with the helping us with the fun facts here, because I like archaeology and ancient history, or more like paleontology, right? A lot of human history kind of goes over my head, unless it's mythology. I'm always a fan of mythology, but you guys are usually the ones teaching me about things. But yeah, went to war with bagpipes, a claymore, and a longbow. He was angry that the U.S. Maybe he was angry. He was angry the U.S. joined the war because would have kept going low. Oh my God. Okay, he was having fun.
There was a he was I think a general during World War II, but during World War One, there was a guy who had a very French name because his family was from Belgium, and I'm not even going to attempt to say it, but
out of respect, of course.
out of respect, he was in the British Army, and he said, quite frankly, I enjoyed the war. Talking about World War One, mind you.
Oh God.
And
The
he
thing
got
I
wounded
always-
multiple times. Like, shot, lost an eye, I think he cut off his own hand at one point
Oh dear God.
because the doctor, like, wasn't getting to it fast enough. And he was like, I can get back to the front faster if I just cut this off and go from there. Like, absolute mad lad. Went on to be a general during World War II. Like,
All right, that's fair.
and mind you, he was not in the military prior to the outbreak of World War One. He specifically volunteered, got in, got sent to Africa, was very upset that he was in Africa and not the Western Front, requested a transfer, and the rest is history.
Rest is history, as they say. So Adrian Carton DeWired? DeWired. That sounds. I probably botched that.
Yeah, like I said, it's very French. He's like half French, half Irish. Carton de... Did he fight in the Boer War? Oh. He might have been in and got out. Because I know he specifically went to enlist at the start of World War One. I think he got it rejected because he was short. It took him a minute to get in. I Googled it, but again, keyboard. Like way over there. And I have a bunch of stuff between me and that.
Oh, he's also getting the Orpheon Catacross model, which I had to look up. I sounded the Age of Sigmar, but I forgot about this guy. This guy is dope. See, it's one of the things, like Jonathan said, the Age of Sigmar just had fantastic models. Like, this is a whole ass display piece. Because you don't really have too many diorama models in 40k, except for like the Triumph, I think.
I mean, and
But
the new Great Wolf.
That's the OBR character?
Osiark Barn, yeah, it's the guy with the big spear, and then he has a bunch of attendants. There's a guy holding up a scroll.
Yeah.
That's just dope. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see how it comes out, Chaplain Thrain. We're gonna, like I said, I am working on the Discord right now. So hopefully it should be posted. I mean, it will definitely be posted tomorrow because I have never missed a deadline. I've never had to push any deadlines to the right any amount of days. Never. Nope.
John, can I get a
Don't
fact check
ask
on
John-
that?
Nope. Don't ask Jonathan. He is my lead at work. You're not gonna ask him. Don't ask him.
Wait, what was the question?
Exactly. You didn't hear shit.
Has Scott ever missed a deadline?
Or pushed a deadline to the right.
I would
Same
decline to comment.
thing.
Thank you. Good man.
You know, that in itself is pretty damning when you think about it.
I played the 5th. That's all I'm saying. I played the 5th. Alright. Okay.
Alright. I need to take the stuff off those guys. They keep sticking around. Alright.
Yeah, he's pretty cool as a diorama piece. There's the the Slanesh character is also has a really cool diorama piece.
Which one? Which Slanesh character? Oh, the one with his cheeks out? Or...
No.
Oh,
Oh.
Silvard, I think he is.
Sigvald, but
Sigvald.
no.
Sigvald the Magnificent!
The man who is, in
There-
fact, a popular Fulgrim conversion for 30k?
Oh, but you're talking about the chariot, not the chariot, but like the big...
Yeah, he's based on a
What's-
chariot.
what is that called? The thing that people carry around. I'm at a loss for words right now.
Paladin?
Paladin?
Palanquin, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
What is his name? Glutos or Skeleon? Lord of Gluttony.
I did not know that Adrian Carton was in the Polish-Soviet War. Somehow, I'm not surprised.
I mean, he just wanted to get around.
I got a chance to write an alternate history about the Polish-Soviet War for college, and that was a fascinating experience.
Because that was the one between the wars, right?
Yes, it was, did it start in 1920? I think it did, and it ended in 1921, after the, quote,
Yeah,
miracle on the Vistula.
Because that's actually what Scythe is based on. The world, well, okay, World of 1920 plus, which is the inspiration for
Yeah.
Scythe.
Off that period. But yeah, that was a great class. Highly recommend it. Only class I have ever 100% aced. Mostly because the professor liked me, because I was already an alt history nerd before I took the class.
Well, I mean, it's kind of just a perfect fit at that point.
That, and I chose my point of divergence based partly off the fact that the professor was a Soviet historian, or historian of the Soviet Union. I was like, oh, I can make this work. And I did.
Good chance this will work.
Oh, I have that Slash character in my closet, by the way.
That honestly seems appropriate.
Yeah.
You have a lot of stuff in your closet, I'm coming to learn.
Do you... What armies are in my closet right now?
The jokes
Well-
write themselves. I just want you to be aware of that fact.
There's my Lord of the Rings box. There's my 30 Chaos Knights. That is the Slanesh box. A bunch of guard tanks. My Khorne 30k, or my Khorne Age of Sigmar army, and then my other Chaos Knights for Age of Sigmar.
I know you have a lot of armies, but like sometimes, John, goddamn.
Well, I almost pulled a dumb. Chaplain Slayton said, honestly, I would just go read the first paragraph for Sir Adrian on Wikipedia. And my ass, wow, I'm not good about the language tonight, I'm sorry everybody, started Googling Sir Adrian on Wikipedia. It's like, wait, we're just autopiloting now.
Sure. Quick, act fast. Scott will do whatever you tell him.
Oh!
Venmo me $200.
I don't have $200 to Venmo you, I spent it all on the channel. Not actually, but...
Close. Feels like it sometimes.
Bro, do you need help?
Well, you know, I just need you to... Right now, I think we're good. I don't think there's anything we need, except for, like, more trade and stuff, right? But...
Honestly, can we also just say, thank God Chaplain Thrain is here, because I was worried no one was going to be here and be in chat, and it was just going to be us talking around like idiots for a while.
I mean, that's what we were probably going to do with our Wednesday night anyway, so why not
Um,
just bring the homies in?
I mean, you're not wrong. That's why I proposed this, because like, we're gonna be doing this anyway. In fact, when I told my wife I was doing this tonight, that's what she thought we were just doing.
Oh, she just kind of assumed we were already doing this?
Yeah, she's kind of assumed that we were just like gonna hang out like we normally do, and I was like, oh no, we're streaming it, and she's like, oh, okay. Because I was like, can you check the audio quality and tell me if it's really weird? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, for the stream? She's like, you're streaming? I was like, yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, I used to make fun of my dad and my stepmom because I swear to God, they just like don't talk to one another. Because like I'll tell one thing, and then like a week later I'll get a text from the other one being like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, I told Dad this. Did he not tell you?" She's like, "No." But
Tell
like,
Dad to tell Mom.
essentially, it's just like, "Hey, can you?" Like I would straight up tell my dad like, "Hey, we're coming in town on XYZ day," and he'd be like, "Okay, cool, we'll have it set up." I was like, "Sweet, thank you." And then like a week later, it'd be like, "Hey, are you guys coming down for Christmas?" And I'd be like, "Yes." Did Dad not tell you? She's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, yeah." We get in on 2 weeks before or a week before or whatever. Just a fascinating situation all around. And like, don't get me wrong, I have actively seen them like they sit next to each other on the couch. Like, there's no way they can't talk to one another.
I mean, talking's hard. Speaking is hard.
Words do be difficult. I had
Words
that
do be difficult.
verified.
I mean, as an age-old saying, possibly from Sun Tzu, not sure, but I think it was. Words do be difficult.
Words, how do they work? It's like magnets.
Wait a minute. How's one? Okay, because I was joking, because the Chaplain Thrain's over here talking about taking out loans for 40k stuff as a joke, for legal reasons. What is the largest Titan they sell? A, and B, where the hell are the Titans?
It's a
Grand?
Warlord Titan. Yeah, Warlord Titan's the most expensive and the biggest.
Okay, because I didn't. Oh, because now that they have Legion Imperialis, I get confused for like what they've actually developed, what's actually been sold at Forge World, because now they have the Imperator Titan's the big one for.
That's like the
Legion,
biggest
that's
one
like
in
the
lore.
size. Yeah, it's like the size of an actual knight or something. Like this.
No, that's not even the
little mini-
Warlord. That's the other one. Or no, that's not the Imperator. That's the other one. I forget what it's called though.
Oh no, I mean like the model for the Legion Imperialis Imperator Knight is like, or Imperator Titan is like the size of
A 40k knight.
40k Knight,
Yes.
relatively speaking, like roughly speaking. Not as tall as like a Saracen, mind you, but actually, yeah, where is that? Because I look in Armies of the Imperium and I don't see Titan Legions. Is it just under Imperial Knights now?
No, because they're as far as the rules are concerned, they are a separate army.
Yeah, but they're not. Okay, if you look up Warlord Titan, they're there, but that's.
They probably just. Well, I mean, they're the only people that are going to buy that are people actively looking for it. So it's
Okay,
probably not
that's fair.
organized under anything.
Nobody just like passively just. Okay, well, possibly nobody passively decides like, I'm just gonna buy a Warlord Titan.
I found it.
Well, I was able to search it, but like, how do you just click through it?
30k Mechanicum Titan Legions.
Oh.
That's. But you can use them in. Well, actually, here's a question: how much is a Warlord Titan points-wise in 40k?
3,000 points.
Because I know you could, in theory, run. Because
Run
a
a Warhound
Warhound
in
is like
No,
750 now. Or something?
Warhound's like 1,300 points this edition. You can
Is it
actually bring
1,300?
it's something like that. Yeah, 'cause you can actually bring people with it now, or like ally it in, and have a list. I almost said a viable list, but
Warhound
that's
is
not
1100. You can almost run 2.
true.
Man, there was a brief moment of pure toxicity where you could, in theory, run. Oh, it was the Taunar that was 750 before. Oh, it's
How does it
790 now. Okay, that doesn't really change too much, but you could in theory run 2 Town R's and still have a combat patrol's worth of guys to do the rest of your stuff.
Oh, you can still kind of do that.
You can. You don't have that many points left after, but like, I don't know, it's pretty good for dank memes.
I'll tell you what, Scott. If you want to buy it, be my guest.
I don't. Okay, well I do, but I don't at the same time. However, Chris, Falleen, friend of the channel, he had the Town R, and he was planning on visiting at some point. I don't remember if he wanted to guest appear on stream, but I think he at least said if he was, he'd bring the Town R.
I'm okay with
Town R
that.
plus Tiger Shark. Town R and the Tiger Shark.
Town R, a Tiger Shark, and 700 crew.
Man,
Hold
you
on.
love how you're just chilling here, and a different army comes out, and all of your stuff gets shifted to Legends.
Oh.
He's salty over Dark Eldar.
Oh.
I thought you knew the exact army that I was talking about too.
Because you talked about it multiple times, John. I'm on to you.
I miss the Tantalus? Was that the same?
Yeah, I think it's the Tantalus, the really big pleasure yacht, for lack of a better term.
God, all the Eldar stuff was just super dope looking too. All the Eldar Forge World stuff was just super dope looking too. Like, I know they are always toxic or useless, but the Wraithseer has always been like one of my favorite Eldar models. And then like the little baby, I mean, I love baby tanks, but they had like a little baby assault gun tank. God, that honestly, it's a big sad that they don't sell those anymore.
Yep.
But I guess there is always recasters, because normally I'm not like a big recaster person, but if it's something that Games Workshop no longer wants to like create and sell, and like, all right, I think that's free game then.
Yeah. I was kind of sad
still-
when our local store stopped selling, or finally sold the old
Brass
Eldar
Scorpion?
Titan. No, not the Brass
Oh.
Scorpion. Before that, I mean the Brass Scorpion too. I would have bought that if he didn't want it. Like, he wanted the same price as new, and I was like, I'd rather buy new and like put it together myself.
Yep.
And paint it myself. But
I almost bought it a couple times.
till I got
Just
Legends
one bad
2.
day away.
But no, when he sold the old, because he had that old Eldar Titan for a long time.
Yeah, the old
Yep.
Revenant Titan.
That was from that was pre-Forge World. God, what was that company called
Yeah,
that made those?
Oh, what was it called? What was the? Okay, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Was it Forge World USA?
Also-
I think they were at one point. Armorcast.
Armor Cast, that was it. Yeah, and I think it was like mail order only too.
Yeah, because they were all handmade.
What is it? Okay, does anybody know about the Castigator Titan?
It sounds familiar, but I don't.
Castigator class Titan, also known as the Father of Titans, was a highly advanced relic of the Dark Age of technology.
Is that the one on
Discovered
Terra?
discovered upon the Forge World of
Oh,
Kyrodia by the Grey Knights.
I do remember.
Completely autonomous Titan controlled by artificial general intelligence. They claim to be the very first Titan ever built.
Hey, say it
Which all
right,
patterns
Scott.
of Imperial Titans
It's
built.
abominable
Right.
intelligence. All right.
Oh, my bad. Hell yeah, ChatGPT is abominable.
Yeah, I mean we knew that anyway.
Yep.
Oh, we
it's
knew that,
known.
It is known.
It is known. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab a snack real quick.
Gonna
What's
leave
that
us
from?
It is known.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Right.
Yeah, her like Drukari servants. Every time they say something, they're like, "It is known." Yeah. Actually, I don't know if they're Drukari. They might have been a different culture, but that.
You
was
just
the
say
context.
Drakari?
Did I say Drukari? Dothraki. There we go.
I was about to say.
We were just talking about Drukari, and the words are very similar.
Like, did I have a stroke or this man just said Drakari?
No, I definitely said Drukari. I'm pretty sure I've done that before too. Like I said, they are very, very similar.
I almost bought an army for the Game of Thrones miniature game the other day.
I've heard it's pretty fun, actually. I think Jared has an army. I know that. I think the store played it for a while. I bet Jeff has an army too.
They played on a day I was busy.
Hmm. Yes, Chaplain
But they
3
made,
in
like-
Dothraki, we learned I'm stupid.
But they made like a Brotherhood Without Banners box.
Oh. I really
I'm
like.
assuming we're talking about the. I'm back in headphone range. I'm assuming we're talking about Age of Sigmar.
No.
I mean, not sorry. Song of Ice and Fire, rather.
Yeah, the
Yes.
tabletop game.
Yeah, the one that I accidentally kickstarted at the store.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah, because when I was on a very big Kickstarter kick for a little bit, right? I got Zombicide from it. I got Moonrakers, which we finally played. There was a couple other ones that I can't see right now. Oh, Cthulhu Death May Die. But I also got the starter set for Song of Ice and Fire. I played it a grand total of once when I was still living in Huntsville, right? So this was at least 8 years ago. I moved here to Colorado, and finally
Officially doxing ourselves. You hate to see it. Officially
Sorry,
doxing
what?
ourselves.
we've mentioned that we're in the Denver area. We're like,
Okay.
I mean, Scott
Like on
almost
the,
got much
front
more
range.
specific earlier, so I think it's kind of cat might be partially out
But
of the bag.
it's gonna, you know, it's just a matter of who's gonna say it first, right?
Yep.
Um,
But it ain't gonna be me, is what I'm saying.
but yeah, one of our local stores had I forget what they called it. I think they called it their garage sale or something, where anybody could. Oh, flea market. They called it the flea market. Where anybody could come. They could sell their minis and stuff that they're trying to trying to offload. So I just sold all the Song of Ice and Fire stuff because like it's just collecting dust. I'm never gonna play this. A month later, I found out I found out one of the guys at our store bought it and then got a bunch of people into it. It's like, oh, okay.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have 100% confirmation, but like, I think they said they got it from that store, and and they had a bunch of the Kickstarter exclusive stuff. I'm like, I think that's mine. I think that was mine.
I mean, to be fair, I think John and I just did that with a minifig. Or 2 minifigs.
Oh, that is right. That is fair.
You bastard.
How is that store as far as like sale value goes? Because I have too much Lego. I have more Lego than I have storage space.
Well, I mean, we can go ahead and say the name because one, they have multiple locations, so I'm not too concerned.
Well, I wasn't going to say the name because I don't remember it.
Oh, Bricks and Minifigs.
Bricks and Minifigs.
They are like
How are they
a
for
franchise.
resale?
I mean, we went up to, we did the one on kind of the north side of town. They're pretty good. I think we traded in a bunch of mostly the Muppets minifigs because my wife collected all of them, so we had a lot of extras. And they gave us like, I want to say like 30, 40 bucks. So we ended up buying like a couple things with it. It was a decent amount.
Do they give you money or just store credit?
It's you can take either. Obviously, you get more store credit, which is what we took.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, it works
Yeah, 'cause
basically
I
like
have-
GameStop. They look it up. They give you the
Right.
price, all that.
That's fair. Because I have a bunch of Star Wars sets that I just like don't have space for. Because I have like a B-wing. I have the Death Star like playset situation. And like I would rather somebody else enjoy them and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. They have quite a bit. They also have a bunch of like, they have some 3D printed stuff. If you want like very specific things, they have a bunch of pre-owned sets, built and unbuilt. It's a nice store. I like it. Now, if I could just find an Aztec warrior there, that would be awesome.
What?
Lego has made 2 Aztec warriors, and they are on my list. Of like, if I see it, I will buy it because they look cool. For their collectible minifigures line, CMF.
We do like those. Those are fun.
I wish
All
those
right.
existed when we were kids, because like I could never afford minifigs or like sets with minifigs when I was a kid, because my family was le broke, so I never had minifigs. So something like that would have been awesome, where I could just like drop like a few bucks and get something.
yeah, there's just like a nice little collector piece too. Like I have a minifig case in my office right now that I can see. I have a couple Lego sets I still need to work on.
I do know it caused a fight at one point.
Oh,
Because there was a
Oh.
CMF called Mr. Gold that was a literal gold-plated minifig that they just released
No.
into the wild as part of the CMF
Oh.
line.
Oh,
And
no.
it went as expected.
Poorly. Got it.
Very, very poorly. They changed their CMF policies after that, I believe.
Hey, I've gotten most of my Legos done recently.
Good. I
I
like
mean,
little
you're doing better
Legos.
than me. I still have because I collect the space Lego set, so I still have the moon buggy I need to build. I have the, shoot, what was it? The Artemis. I have SLS. You think I worked on the stupid thing for 5 years? I remember the name of it offhand, but
By the way, Chaplain Thrain does say we should keep reading on the Castigator, though. Quote, it get
Oh.
crazy.
stand by.
As we've gone off
Shoot.
this long tangent on Lego.
I accidentally, well, not accidentally. Well, I did close it, but I started to go to the try to find the Duncan Rhodes video on converting that statue.
Hmm.
All right, the presence of the Castigator's pattern in a standard template construct database also discovered on Caronia lent authenticity to this claim. The Castigator was utterly destroyed by the Grey Knights after they learned the Titan had been corrupted by chaos during Caronia's long sojourn in the warp and possessed by a daemon.
Oh. Time possessed by a demon does not sound good. But like any stretch of the imagination.
I would say, as Tau, we don't believe you. We don't believe that's the thing because they're just weird Xenos to us.
That
yeah,
worked
no,
out
that sounds
for the
like a bad
30K
time.
Millennium. Or Imperium, I
yeah.
should say.
Yeah, well, because like there's an entire scene in the Farsight books, right? Because I like Farsight, despite the fact that I haven't finished painting his new model. Where they're on Arthas Moloch, which is where like Farsight's final like fall from grace happens, where all the ethereal get murked, and he finds the sword that the Dawn Shard, which gives him a bunch. No, Dawn Sword. I was thinking Sanderson again. The Dawn Sword. Dawn Sword? No, Mirror Blade. I'm sorry.
God, you
The thing that gives him, the thing that makes him immortal, pretty
No,
much.
really,
because
guys,
it kills
I love
somebody-
Farsight. It's my favorite character.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, so the entire fight, like the Tau used their military as like a last resort, right? They always try to use the water cast to try to like stop combat diplomatically, and then usually they'll just go to toe when all of the bets are off. So the entire time of this fight, they're like, "Oh God, it's just a big misunderstanding." They see like the Tzeentch blue horrors have like bangles on them, and they try to like offer them gold. It's like, we have loads of gold if you would like to, like, if you want to do trade, and then they start throwing more fireballs at the Tau, and it doesn't really work. So yeah, they don't get it. They also think Psychers is what they call it, Guila mind science.
Fascinating.
So they just, despite having Psychers in the actual Tau Empire, they just don't want to acknowledge it, which is, I guess, the very imperial thing of them to do.
It is certainly a strategy.
It is a strategy.
And to be fair,
But
the way the elementals are, we don't know if they even actually know. Because they could, but they also might not.
all right, let's see. Discovered upon the lost forward world of Caronia, the artificial intelligent Castigator-class Titan was a completely autonomous bipedal weapons platform, the first and only one of its kind ever built, called the Father of Titans. The Castigator claimed to be the original, quotes, Titan as it was first designed during the dark age of technology, and that all subsequent Titans were designs were but crude, incomplete copies of it, poorly understood and recreated by the ancient Mechanicum of Mars. The Castigator was originally lost on what later became the Adeptus Mechanicus Forge world of Caronia, during the Age of Technology. Apparently, not the Dark Age of Technology. Is that a legally distinct thing?
Are you still on the AI thing? Or are you on something
I'm
else?
on the Castigator class Titan. The
Like-
history. It's only 3 paragraphs, so.
Like, well, I mean, like, are you still on like Google's AI, or are you in like the Lexicanum?
I'm in the 40K wiki, not in the Lexicanum specifically.
The 40K wiki kind of sucks. So that it probably is the Dark Age technology. They just probably forgot to put dark. So.
Oh, I clicked on it. So the Age of Technology, informally often referred to as the Dark Age of Technology, so one and the same. All right.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
remained lost even when the planet was pulled into the warp. Oh, that sucks. Thousands of standard years later. During its time in the warp, the artificial intelligent Titan made a pact with the Black Legion, that's not good, that was established at outpost at Coronia by allowing a demon to possess it. That's kind of rude. It would be empowered by the warp. The Castigator in Coronia remained in the warp for a Terran millennia, and its artificial intelligence forgot much of what happened during that time, including being possessed. That's inconvenient. The Castigator was discovered by the Imperium when the planet re-emerged from the warp by a force of Grey Knights led by Justicar, Alaric, and his battle brothers. The only known Castigator-class Titan was ultimately destroyed by Alaric and his battle brothers when Alaric confronted the Castigator. Its artificial intelligence did not believe that it was possessed by a demon until Alaric convinced it of the truth, at which point the Titan's possessed demon appeared and was slain by Alaric. Alaric then destroyed the Castigator. I don't know how he destroyed the Castigator, while his battle brothers Devon and Talvern, there's a lot of V's here, destroyed the Titan's STC database to prevent either from falling into the hands of the nearby Chaos forces. However, fragments of data from the Titan's STCs were collected by the Adeptus Mechanicus for archiving and study.
Grey Knight's lore is some of the craziest lore in 40K. But also, side note, that reminds me of, I think it's Belisarius Call that made like an AI copy of his brain, and it argues with him all the time.
Yeah, and he just gave Rabute, Mr. Gilliman himself, one of the copies. And when Gilliman asked, like, isn't this like a little poo-poo? And the copy just like, no, don't worry about it. It's just, it's me talking remotely through this. Don't worry about it. But yes, Chaplain Thrain, that is correct. The first kill with Farsight's blade was a bloodthirster because on Arthas Moloch he was getting his butt kicked very, very utterly. He gets like thrown, I don't know, hundreds of feet, very anime-esque, through several statues, and he hits this last statue, and the sword kind of like falls onto his lap. And the bloodthirster's like going in for like the finishing blow, and he like takes the sword and just slices the bloodthirster in half. It's very metal.
Just not beating the allegations.
Of Tau being weeboo nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. It's like what kind of weeboo nonsense, right? Because obviously Tau is the mecha kind. But then I feel like Eldar also a bit weeby.
Also true.
If we're going to be completely honest with each other.
Be me. Finish painting Tau. Send picture of Tau to friend. Friend responds, nice Evangelion Tau. Throw a computer at wall.
I'm sorry that you don't have good taste in anime, Jonathan. Have you ever considered just watching sad boy anime?
I got an upside boy in life.
Oh. That's why sad boy anime is a cathartic experience.
Apparently the Call clone is called the Call Inferior. Inferior.
And it's programmed, air quotes, I'm assuming there's going to be air quotes, to give responses.
I do like how I just love every interaction between Call and Gilliman, because multiple times Gilliman's like, you're not going to do that, right? And Call's like, of course not, and then does the thing anyway.
Why would I do a stupid thing like that? As he slowly like puts a curtain in front of what he's currently doing.
Well, he'd be like, he's like, side note, we could fix Traitor Gene Seed. And then Gilliman's like, okay, well don't, because it could be Traitor again. And Call's like, of course, I would never do that. And then something like the Sons of the Phoenix happens. And Call's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. No idea.
Who knows? It's a mystery. No one would ever know.
How would they know?
How would they know?
How would they
No
know?
one would know. Nobody knows.
Ugh. You know, getting old sucks. My back just hurts now. You know, Brookie is just a meme generator. But he right though. Call is a shitter. Absolute shitter. Alright, got all that on.
That with no. Which channel was Ricky again?
Death
No,
is
that's the one
ridiculous.
that Jeff called out, wasn't it?
No. He called out play on tabletop.
Play on tabletop. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe one day they'll notice us.
Notice us, senpai.
Notice us, senpai play on.
You know, one day.
And the weeb.
That's called bait, John. And you fell for it. Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me.
Yeah,
I need to make the highlight video for tomorrow.
Oh no. Well, I mean, we already know what we're going to do for the highlight at the very least.
Yeah, I've got a few different options. I know at least where it is in the video, so I just gotta go. Just cutting out like small portions of the videos kind of sucks. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because it's like a 4-hour video and I'm cutting it down to like 30 seconds, so finding exactly where the cut is a pain in the butt.
Oh, that's fair. I thought our bird boy found it already for you.
Well, he did. He like screenshotted a few different ones. It's just a matter of like going to that and then actually doing the cut in CapCut. This is a lot of like timing things. All right. Anyway,
No, that's fair. That's fair. I do appreciate your effort.
at least someone does.
It's me. I'm someone.
I'm not taking the bait that time.
Yeah. Do I want to just let that dry and start doing some other stuff for a little bit? Kinda. I'll do that. For our next paint, Xandri Dust.
Oh.
Doo-doo. Ah. It always throws me off because I want to put... No, God, it's too low. It always throws me off because I want to put the thing like under the center of my phone. But that, fun fact, is not where my camera is.
How do you feel about this current setup? What's going well right now?
Actually, the
This
setup...
being our first hobby stream.
from my end, I like the setup. I would like to hear what Chaplain Thrain thinks, since he's the most active member of chat. Which, I mean, I think he's the only one actually watching, really. But
It said there's a couple people watching.
yeah, I think it says there's 4 concurrent viewers currently. Which,
Yeah.
for basically an unannounced stream, I'm okay with. We got 26 views. It's pretty good.
Oh, that says pretty good. I mean, we're just here vibing. We're getting stuff done. I got that. Yeah, we're getting stuff done.
How is that Discord going there, Scott?
I have sent all of the owners and our potential moderators the invite to it. So if you would like to look at and peer review it after this stream, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I will do that after the stream.
That would be greatly appreciated for you to do that after the stream.
As I am inevitably doing the meme for tomorrow.
Which we appreciate you doing the memes for tomorrow after the stream.
After the stream.
After the stream.
After the stream.
You on a stroke? What's going on?
I, for one, don't smell burnt toast, so I find that to be unlikely. Scott,
That's
do you
always
smell
an
burnt
option.
toast?
I don't really smell anything ever. You should know this.
Fair.
There's a reason I'm so nasally. It's because I can't breathe from my nose.
Oh, so you and your cat have that in common?
Yeah, it's why we relate so much.
Do you relate more with your cat or your dog?
Well, you know, I feel like my children, sorry, I just got a notification from one of the bots that I put up. I feel like my cat captures the unable to breathe part of me, right? while the dog captures the unending enthusiasm of just being a goober.
And your deep need for approval from others and
Indeed.
affection.
Maybe, but we're not gonna unpack that on the ledge.
Didn't have to shoot him.
Full on broadside right there. He's getting ready for the. He's not even playing on the Armada stream. He's getting ready for full broadsides. Oh, also, that reminds me, Jonathan, would you mind for Sunday being the producer so that I can be closer to the table for rules questions?
No, that's fine.
All right, I appreciate you.
Just casually throwing up Jeff against a ranked. What's the term? What am I looking for? A ranked player for this game.
He's not ranked
I mean,
anymore.
I was ranked for one of the last years of it.
So.
I am kind of tempted to go see if there's any. Do we know if either of the local stores has any left? I think our store had maybe like a fighter pack or two for Armada left, but
The store in the north had some last time I checked.
oh, do you know, does it have any like capital ships?
I think so.
Because like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what kind of lists to make Jeff and I. Well, actually, I think I'm going to task Chris with making the other list, the Jeff list, just so I don't accidentally counter him.
Has Chris played Armada before?
Yeah, Chris and I went to tournaments all the time.
Not
we've
that
all
Chris.
Worlds.
Not Bird.
Not our Chris. I understand that.
Sorry, Pauline, friend of the channel, Pauline.
I understand that.
Yep, sorry, there's another reason why I call Bird Bird.
John's just over here like, yo, you were taking birds to tournament without us?
Yeah, like what the fudge, man? I gotta go on.
Didn't even invite us, man. Just fucking.
I gotta go on Pro Armada. You don't know.
I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna find. Well,
I do like how you say you're gonna have Chris make the other list so you don't accidentally encounter it. Like you're gonna build a list specifically to beat Jeff with the list you gave him.
which I don't want to. You know, I don't want to. You want to keep everything above board, right? We don't want any calls of misplay. It's want straight, honest Armada.
Yeah, Chaplain Thrain, when we were talking about this, I did say we should go with the real outside pick and do the Halo Navals battle game. I got shot down, but I just want you to know, I tried.
You own the Halo battle game?
No one owns that game. That's why it doesn't exist anymore.
What I'm saying.
Actually, I know for a fact our local store that we usually go to has some weird part of it, but I don't think it's even any of the ships.
I think it's like upgrades.
It's like
honestly.
some kind of command thing, yeah.
We shot down
Yeah.
Legion because I didn't feel like painting it in time.
Well, yeah, because we didn't have enough painted Legion stuff. Also, Legion
My
just
stuff got
had
randomly squatted.
yeah, well, Legion also just had an entire game update. I think it just went to like their 1.5.
Yeah. So it would have been difficult to prep in time.
Oh yeah, because right now nobody knows the rules, which would be difficult. But I have wanted to play fleet battles. I don't know if it was any good or not.
Honestly, like the fleet battle, like the lore for the fleet battles in Halo was one of my favorite parts of Halo. Because they just felt very unique compared to most sci-fi.
Yeah, and honestly, I am a big Halo fan. I saw that Mantic Games, I think, is making like a skirmish size Halo game.
They
Or has made a
did,
skirmish size Halo game.
but like, here's the thing.
Right.
It's a Halo game, but it's just the Halo multiplayer.
Yeah, I noticed that, which is an interesting choice. I would have preferred like an actual
Little war game, yeah.
Yeah. Because like there's so many just fun, neat stuff going on in Halo, right? Like I would love just a straight up Halo war game. There was like I think I had Halo Hero Clicks, honestly. Was it Hero Clicks? I think it was HeroClix. They had Halo HeroClix, but it was just like the starter box way back when.
Yeah. I know they did like I think an epic scale war game for a little bit, but I think it
No,
went
really?
under. Yeah, they definitely had a land game because I've seen pictures of it, but I don't actually know that much about it. Chaplain Thrain might, because it seems like he was in Halo as well, but I did not know much about it because it also came and went very quickly. But honestly, I feel
And
like a
also,
skirmish game is just about perfect. You can get some nice, bigger miniatures, so you can really kind of see the details and everything.
Right.
And just like, because you can run like a squad of 4 Spartans or like 8 to 12 Marines and stuff like that. It gives a lot of like flexibility.
Yeah, like all the battles happen at that scale, right? There's no giant just wars happening in Halo.
Yeah, and then you can sell a
Despite
scarab as a piece of terrain.
Despite like the Halo 3 ads, right?
There's a couple of missions in Reach, but it was only in Reach really where you started to see like the big epic stuff. That was like large scale at least, but that was mostly like engines limitations. Okay, well
Yeah.
now I have to Google this
It's-
game because I swear it exists.
It's weird because I feel like the Halo IP is very strong, right? It has a very big following.
But I
All
will
of
say it's
it's
not as strong
just
as it used to be.
right, but like all of its spin-offs just flop wildly. TV show flops. Movie never made it off the ground.
We did get District
game.
9. We did get District 9.
We got to, well, that was well, yeah, because Neil Blomkamp directed the original like trailers, the ODST. Was it ODST trailers or just
That
the
was
trailers
Halo
that had
3.
ODSTs in it?
They had ODSTs in it.
Right.
It was Halo 3 that had the first live action trailers. But no, the money used to make District 9 came out of the canceled Halo movie.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
In pre-production, it was originally intended to be a Halo movie, but
Oh.
did not work
Huh.
out. So they used the money set aside for it to do District 9 instead. Is my understanding of it. I'm sure there's some stuff I'm getting wrong. But well, I mean, like Halo Wars did pretty good. Enough to
fair.
get a sequel.
Actually, a buddy of mine in college was ranked number 2 in the world for Halo Wars.
Good God. You know, Scott, I'm starting to think you were a nerd.
I know I don't have a camera on right now, but really?
What gave it away?
You hit me with that side eye. I can feel it from miles away, let me tell you.
Alright, Giant Robot is almost done.
It does remind me, I was going to do a meme with the theme song from Megas XLR that was just going to be about knights. I haven't gotten around to that yet.
oh, I finally. Okay, this reminded me to finally look up that Star Wars game I was talking about last stream. It's called a Tactics, where it's still like a tabletop game. Hold on, I will a Tactics.
Giant Robot is done.
Nice.
I'll put it in chat as well, just for okay, it is a wild game where so it still uses a table and everything. All of the characters / minis have like a little wheel in the base, so you physically roll them to determine do their movement, and it will count down their movement until it resets. That's when you know how far they can move.
I remember you telling me about that.
And then they have just little like not dart, but actually like hard plastic and shoot your eye out, just launchers to knock over other models. Or if they were a melee character, they had like a spring-loaded hip, so they could wind up and just.
Oh, like those old like Lego soccer players.
Yeah, pretty much. It was wild. I probably still have. My parents probably still have it. It's just kind of funny though. It was an interesting take on the genre, if you will.
I need to see this just to.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let me link it in our internal chat.
Oh, you can get a whole bunch of them on eBay for like $3.
Yeah, you see these things though? It's like,
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Looks like something you would get at McDonald's from back in the day.
honestly, it does.
It really does. Oh,
Oh,
they have a
and
Transformers
then,
line.
Apparently, just learned that.
And Ghost
but-
Riders.
But
Ghost
like,
Riders.
so there's some vehicles like the Republic gunship and the ATRT. How they worked is they had two little like panels you needed to knock out. So they're just like kind of spring loaded. When you knock both out, a pin would just push out the bottom, and the thing would like flop over.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? To go back to my proto-weeb days, what was the name of that? Where it was like little robots and they shot marbles out of them at each other?
Huh.
I am not tracking.
Oh, God, I don't remember what that was called. It had a whole show. It was on like Toonami and everything. What was that?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to have a show tie-in, right?
It was the 2000s. That's just how it worked.
That's just how it works. You're not nothing unless you have a show adaptation.
But you know what this also makes me think about?
The glory days that is Beyblade.
What a time to be alive.
I got so many bruises on my hands from Beyblades. Like I had ones that had actual like metal bits to them and everything. Like more than just the weight, is like the top part was also a bit metal too, so it would absolutely like tear up your hand if you grabbed it. In retrospect, it's like, how is this a thing?
I remember.
Who greenlit
I'm
this?
pretty sure the daycare I went to as a kid like had to ban those because we were like finding ways, increasingly elaborate ways, to launch them around. Like making stadiums specifically so it would like throw out of the stadium. And I think eventually they're just like, no. And we're like, but come on.
Well, apparently, I didn't realize this, but they made a comeback. Beyblade made a comeback a couple of years ago.
Oh, bro.
Like a friend of mine's kids were like super into it, and I found out, I was like, oh hey, no, they're just like Beyblade's kind of a thing again.
They got like remade into like using a lot more metal, I think.
Oh, why more?
We dead ass bought a shit ton of them before we went on deployment. I think at one point I had Danielle straight up send us one of the plastic stadiums. I don't even know whatever happened to it now. I might still have it. Or I left it there and some Taliban dude is very confused by what he's seen.
What is this symbol of American hedonism?
But yeah, we for like a solid 3 months, that was just a thing for some reason. I don't know how we got on it, but we did.
Man, the more I work with the military, the more I'm just like, man, these are. I like in the movies and whatnot, where all the military is just like super serious people and all that, and then you like actually meet them. It's like, nah, this is just a bunch of kids, except for like like junior officers are all kids too, but it's like, and a couple adults, and then 1 metric ton of kids. Just doing kid stuff.
Like, so one of the guys I deployed with, he did drill like probably a couple years ago now, and he talked to me afterwards. And I was like, it's about like herding cats, isn't it? He's like, yeah. That's basically what it is for like a year and a half. I actually think drill's a 2-year rotation, but still. By the way, the toy I was thinking of was called B-Demon. Like B-Demon. Like B-DAMAN.
B-Daman.
And I did not remember it being that Jamaican, but now that I say it out loud, I cannot not say it in a Jamaican accent.
It's kind of Jamaican sounding.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like a little robot. They looked kind of like Gundam-like from what I remember. And like you just loaded the top of it, had like a little magazine with marbles. And you just shot the marbles at each other as you're holding these things, trying to hit like parts of it to like break it off. So like, speaking of toys that were definitely ill-conceived from a safety standpoint.
Yeah.
100% those things. But I remember loving it, and I could not get any of my friends to get into it, and I was very sad.
Yeah, I was usually the one that was like trying to lead the charge on trying these games. Like I got a 1 ton of Hero Escape, which still have I got other people to play it with me, but I never got anybody else to actually like buy into it, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was basically like me with like D&D and stuff too. It was like, all right, look, if I like get into this stuff, will you guys play? And be like, yeah. And I'd be like, hey, if anyone else wants to buy books, that would be awesome. And I just get crickets. It's like, okay, thanks, guys. Like,
though I will say, 40K was getting. I got from my childhood friend Joe, not to be confused with our guest producer Joe. But he got the Battle from McCraig box, and we, he built all that, and we played that. He started getting Necrons, and I got Tau, and played like a couple. I guess probably the equivalent of like 250 points or something, maybe 300. But it was like small games. He is also the same Joe that made our banner, our logo.
oh.
Really?
Full circle.
It came full circle. He doesn't play it anymore, but he's the one that made our logo for us.
You ever think about just like how many small random events led to where we are now?
You're telling me.
Well, I just mean, like, think about it. If
Yeah.
I hadn't decided to play with one of my friends at the time, go to one of the stores up here, Game Weird Squeaks. I don't know what's causing that.
Is it Chaplain Thrain? Is it when one of us specifically talks, or is it? Well, yeah, let us know.
Yeah, because I don't know, I might be moving something around and causing it too. Also,
Squeakerson's over here.
I can actively hear my headset like creak as I move, so I can't promise it's not that. In which case, we're kind of up a creek because I can't fix that. Not yet, at least. Anyway, but no, like if we hadn't gone to that one store,
Yep.
like I would never have met you. If Bird hadn't gone, we never would have met Bird.
Never would have met Bird, and I wouldn't have stayed there to play if it wasn't for Bird.
Yeah.
Because it was currently COVID. Well, it
No,
was like,
yeah,
like near the end of COVID protocols, so you had to make reservations for the games. I didn't realize that, so I just kind of showed up at the store. And then the store owner set me up with Bird.
Just a series of personal decisions.
Yeah.
And here we are, we own a business together. It's just, it's crazy to think about to me. Genuinely crazy.
It's weird. And then, Jonathan just so happened to be already, like, pre-nerded, and we got him back into this, for better or worse.
Cost me so much money. So much money.
Hey, you were going to spend it on something, you just didn't know what yet.
He's got a point.
Well, better this than gacha games, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
I would argue this is much better than gacha games. On so many different levels.
Have made the cardinal sin. I've dropped a piece onto the floor. I don't know where it went.
Is it-
Carpet?
Nope, it's all hardwood, so you'd think it wouldn't be that hard to find, but it's a tiny piece and it bounced.
As somebody's working at carpet, it's a pain.
Yeah.
I've lost so many, because I used to build, like, model ships and planes with my dad. We lost so many just, like, little odds and ends just in the carpet. Like, if they ever just, like, took out that carpet and replaced it with hardwood, I'm sure you could probably get at least half a model out of it.
How come no one has just build, just like design, they call it the hobby tray, and it's literally just a tray that's like an inch and a half tall that you do your hobby in. So if you drop something, it just bounces off the side of the tray.
Well,
Brandon, you be the change you want to see in the world. You can copy that. You can copyright that right now, or patent it right now. Well, probably not right now. The patent office isn't open right now, but...
Well, also patents cost like money
well, I guess.
and require you to do a technical write-up. So
Well, I mean, it's better you than us, right? Oh, hey, I found Agrax.
Agrax the model or Agrax Earthshade?
Earthshade. Not Mr. Agrax, just Agrax Earthshade. I'm currently under my desk trying to find this piece. Nope.
Are you sure the squeaks that Chaplain Thrain is hearing isn't just the mice in your house?
I do not have mice in my house.
Would you know if you did?
Biddy would eat them. I assure you.
No, your cat is lazy.
No. When food is on the line, and if she recognizes the mouse as food, all bets are off.
But does she know food is...
My money's on the cat on this one.
I have known plenty of cats to know they're actually not that good mouse hunters. Mostly because they catch one and they play with it long enough, the other ones get away.
Well, I think Biddy would be top-notch at the job, especially if there's food on the line.
Well, as we did discuss last stream, when she lays down, she, like, doubles in size.
It's,
Not to body shame your cat, but...
Why are you body shaming my cat? What did she do to you? Don't answer that one, actually. Don't mention
Claw the
she's
ever-living shit out of me? Repeatedly? Oh, I should now put on low power mode.
Because I, like, clip her nails fairly regularly. She just has, like, a very, was it calcium that grows your nails, or is it it's keratin, right?
Yeah, it's keratin, 'cause it's the same thing that's, like, in your ear, right? I think, I don't know. I said that out loud, and now I'm not sure that I said it. Creatine, it's creatine.
But
That's
yes, so,
she
has a lot of that in her diet, because her nails just grow hella fast.
One of these guys was missing.
Alright, so it looks like step 1 of Duncan's conversion is just build the model normally.
Oh.
Like, alright.
Well, that tracks.
Easy enough.
Saying they're like, well, how we spent all this time.
Well, no, because I already started building it after because I saw, like, the first minute of it, and he's just, oh, hey, it's just started built, so, alright, go from there. But yeah, I guess that would also make sense, right? Because it's supposed to be an already existing one, and then Chaos shows up and vandalizes it, so it would track that you start from the base model.
I guess. I still need
Man,
to go all
I went to a
this stuff.
specialty candy store on Monday and bought a bunch of taffy.
Hair and nails, that's what it is. Thank you, Chaplain Thrain. It's like, I knew it was something that was the same, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Wait, you said you said you bought a bunch of caramel on Monday?
Taffy.
Taffy. You bought a bunch of taffy on Monday?
Yep.
You didn't share it? First you don't go to the bakery, now this.
Apparently there's a lot of food-related lore between you two.
Well, we had to go to Cali for work recently, right? And on our last day, like, right before I go to the airport, we get told by one of the managers we're meeting out there that there's this really good sourdough bakery in town. And they just really hyped it up. They said it's fantastic. They said it's already, like, nationally regarded. Then I turned to Jonathan. I was like, Jonathan, you have a mission. Make sure you come back with some of this bread, right? I think the day after he's back, we're meeting with our boss, and something comes up, and Jonathan's like, "Oh no, I forgot." And then I'm like, "What did you? Oh, you monster!"
In my defense, due to extenuated personal circumstances, I was very depressed that day.
Literally did not get this bread.
You literally not get this bread.
I had a lot of depression.
Though one of our coworkers did bring in bonbons today. Homemade
Ooh.
bonbons.
Do you know what bonbon means in French, by the way?
No.
It just means good. And it is like...
Honestly, that tracks. I'm here for it.
It is French slang for sweets, just like any, like, sweet.
Oh.
But yeah. Bon in French just means good, so bonbon is just, it's double good.
Double good. I mean, and honestly, I didn't expect it to be double good. It actually was. I don't know if you tried any, but it was pretty good.
I had one on.
Yeah, I think I had a second one just because I skipped lunch by accident. Oh
A nice giant robot.
I have it on good authority that chicks dig giant robots, so.
That's what Megas XLR always told me.
Yep. I am very sad that that show is slowly becoming lost media.
Is it?
Yeah, so do you remember like a couple years back when there was like a Supergirl movie or something and WB canceled it for tax reasons on the condition they could never release it?
Sure.
Batwoman show? Movie?
Was about Batwoman, sorry. I couldn't remember exactly who it was.
Okay.
Basically the same thing happened to Megas XLR. Cartoon Network said, we are losing money on this, we will only ever lose money on this, so there's a tax loophole that lets them claim it as a tax right. Basically the whole thing is a tax write-off, but they can never release it again.
Huh.
So all we have are just like random recordings that people had.
Huh.
Not to mention it ends on a cliffhanger.
That's actually kind of wild. That's kind of sad.
It's kind of weird because I always felt like it was popular, but I don't remember like it. I mean, like back in those days, the whole point was to sell toys. I don't even remember seeing toys for it really.
Yeah, I don't think there actually was toys for it. I don't think I ever saw toys for it at the very least. So if
I'm sure there were, but...
selling toys, if they were selling toys, they were either not doing a very good job or they were doing a very good job.
Well, based on the fact they were able to write it off, I'm gonna go on a limb and say they were not doing a good job.
That is fair.
But yeah, it's like slowly becoming some level of lost media.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I'm not sure. Real quick, going to what Chaplain Thrain said, I'm not sure I've seen that episode of SpongeBob.
Wait, hold on. The one thing I would think of is scene from... Has the shark for a teacher. Hold on, I think I'm remembering this one. Yeah, because Mrs. Puff takes time off or something, doesn't she? Or she gets fired.
Or doesn't she like go crazy when it comes to SpongeBob?
Well,
Like
that was only a matter of time.
That's what I'm saying. I think the episode is like, what if she snapped?
It was like the drill sergeant one.
Oh, was it the one with Arlie Ermy?
Was that voiced by Arlie Ermy?
Yeah, I know he's in SpongeBob at one point. Was that him?
No, apparently it was portrayed by Robin Sachs.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I guess Mrs. Puff gets fired. Oh, that's right. Would anyone care for a bonbon?
Okay, yeah, that line does sound familiar now.
Yep. That's some classic SpongeBob right there. What is that? Season 1?
Didn't SpongeBob come out in '99 originally?
That's season 4. Wow. All right. We're learning today, kids. Wow, there's 16 seasons of SpongeBob. That's wild. Yeah, originally premiered May 1st, 1999. Finale for season 1 was March 3rd, 2001.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I always forget that it came out in the 1900s.
Oh, shut up. You.
Dragging you all down with me.
What gives you the right to disrespect me?
Mostly because I'm surrounded by teenagers all day, so it makes me feel better.
That's fair. They start saying when they were born, it's like, why is your birth year a compound sentence?
Multiple times I'll be talking about something, and I'll be like, I don't think you were alive when this came out. Because we did have that talk about Shrek today.
I am watching the live
no.
stream, and it's currently black.
My phone died.
Uh-oh.
Please stand by. And we'll be right back. Oh, not word bearers. Yeah, that's not the word I would use. Alright.
That I have like entirely mechanized word bearers.
I
I
mean,
don't know how
that
you
could be-
stick a tank through a sewer, but
well,
hey.
but also like
Creativity,
you have to
mostly.
remember. I'm assuming Kalth was like a whole city planet, right?
Yeah.
How big do you think these sewers gotta be, right?
That's what I'm saying.
They gotta be big sewers.
Come on, you.
Lots of poop.
Connect.
Gotta transport a lot of poop. I'm glad that you know you used the "Please Like Us" scene while we're having technical issues.
Hindsight, I should put that in the background. Please like us. Am I discovering a weakness at Joy-Cam? Possibly. Oh wait, I think I know how to fix this. Okay, go. Oh, hey, we did it. Please like us.
Please notice me, senpai.
Should do that next. I should actually put that as an overlay on the standby screen. It's just please like, comment, and subscribe.
We just have we can just have like a running just slideshow of different ones of us looking very sad with the arms of the angel like playing in the background.
I have a lot of practice.
The arms of an angel.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but apparently it had something to do with Calth and
We're talking
Kareem is very confused.
about Johnny Boy's 30k armies for whenever we do that, and we're talking. Apparently, he just finished basing his word bearers for Calth Sewer themed.
Very fancy, very fancy. Yeah, not gonna lie, I was watching my phone battery get low, and I was like, all right, I'm at 10% here soon. I need to go get the cord and charge it, and then it just died. I was like, oh, that was faster than I thought it was gonna be.
It's like, oh no, it's happening!
So now I gotta keep an eye on it and make sure, with the charging cord up and with the program running, that it is actually charging.
I was really considering betraying myself and painting my Solar Auxilia as Calth High Guard.
Because there's actually like rules for running Calth Guard, isn't there?
No, but they have an official color scheme.
No. Well, no, I thought one of the newer books gave you that option.
Well, I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
they have the rules for running Solar Auxilia that fight with each of the legions.
Oh, right, but, well, isn't the Solar Auxilia that fight with the Legion Calth Guard?
No.
Yeah.
Or I thought it was Ultramarine Guard.
No,
Sorry, go ahead. You're probably about to answer.
Yeah,
there are a wide
variety.
variety of Solar Auxilia armies that fight with each.
Right,
legion.
no, but it means like specifically for the turd bearers.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, turd bears.
Turd bearers. Bears of turds. Those
We're
bears.
talking about the Calth Guard.
Right. I thought, is Calth not a... I forget. Is Calth an Ultramarines world or a Word Bearers world?
Ultramarines.
Yes, it's one of the most prosperous Ultramarines world. That's why we attacked it.
Well, spoiler alert, was.
Yeah, it no longer a thing now.
Too soon.
Because,
Too
yeah, we
soon.
destroyed it.
Oh, okay. I'm understanding now. See, this is why I play Alpha Legion, because all of my lore is made up. You can't prove me otherwise.
Okay,
Yeah, the
I
word
think
bears
the real
work,
answer
like-
is that you've only read the Alpha Legion book for 30k.
Well, I read the Alpha Legion book after starting Alpha Legion, so
So you should read all the other, even better 30K novels.
honestly, I think I'm good because there's a lot of them, and I have a lot of other things to read
You
too.
only need to read like 5.
Do you?
Yeah, like the first
Wait, do
Heretic.
you?
First Heretic
would I
is
read?
mid. However, Betrayer is good.
How does it feel to be this wrong about everything?
What are you talking about? Betrayer
All of our
one.
picks are the complete opposite.
I just got bored with the first Heretic. I'm gonna be honest. It did not click with
Great.
me. I probably need to retry it. I will eventually, but it's so low on my list.
Super cringe. Yes, there is no official word bearer Solar Auxilia Legion.
Ooh, is that the one where
I
which
thought
is the one where
did.
Ferris gets loses a couple pounds and a couple inches?
Cool.
Fulgrim.
Galaxy and yeah.
Yeah. It is in Fulgrim. Also, the least disturbing part of that novel. Also, Chaplain Thrain, you and Jeff would get along.
Yeah, Jeff has a. Is Jeff's Iron Hands for 30K fully painted?
I don't know, but I don't want him to lose his head over it.
Yeah. I was trying to think of another good pun to follow up. I'm fresh out of ideas.
I like to limit the amount of dreadnoughts that I play against.
Well,
It's all the same to y'all.
No.
Dreadnoughts, believe it or not, cancer. Believe it or not, straight to jail.
Look, granted, I fear Bird way more than I fear any of the rest of y'all.
Doesn't he mostly run like Terminators though? And Deep Strike's like half his army?
Yes, and it has enough psychic powers that'll have instant death versus my entire army.
Yeah, it's a very. It's like.
It's a weirdly
weird
counter.
It's weird because like I think Thousand Suns is ranked like one of the weaker ones for 30K.
Yes.
However, comma, it's just such a hard counter to what we play, or to what at least Jonathan here plays.
Well, he has instant death versus my army, and also runs Contemptor spam.
Was it? Does he? I thought he only ran 2.
Last time I played him, he ran like 4.
Oh.
And deep struck everything else.
Woof.
Oh. Woof.
Woof. Cancer. My favorite.
Too soon. Chaplain Thrain, it was 10,000 years ago, technically, as far as the universe is concerned.
Getting ahead of yourself.
Felix Bacon isn't it in 28,000 years?
Sorry, what? Well, you know,
Isn't it in 28,000 years?
well, you know, Brendan's painting 40K stuff right now, so like it happened 10,000 years ago.
If you want to borrow any of the Horus Heresy books, I found my collection.
Oh, neat. Well,
I have
now I am working on Son
of
of
them.
Man and Name of the Wind. So
Why would you
yeah.
set yourself up for disappointment like that?
I don't know. Because I heard it's popular, and I wanted to see what the hype was about, and I want to be able to
The hype
understand.
has been dead for years. His own fans hate him.
Oh man,
Name of the Wind by
What is-
Patrick Rothfuss.
why do his fans hate him? Because he's never going to finish that book.
Yeah. Up to
Yeah, because he's-
you see, that was part of it. And if it was just that, I'd be like, whatever, do what you want. But he promised if people raised a certain amount of money for a charity, he would read like the first 3 chapters. Like that's it, right? Like not that he would release it, that he would just like release a few of the chapters. And then he didn't. And now, if I recall correctly, they don't know what happened to the money.
Ooh, that's shady.
Yeah, like it's gotten way beyond like George R.R. Martin hasn't finished it. You know what I mean? Like we have passed beyond that now.
Oh, see, I was just jokingly say he's just too busy guest starring on Critical Role, but
Has he even been on Critical Role recently?
I don't know. I know he's in the first season a lot.
I don't think he has been recently. I think that was I don't know if he caught flack for it, but I think he stopped. He was also a main character in shoot, what were they called? Acquisitions Incorporated, the like PAX live play D&D game.
Oh, okay.
Which he was
Well,
all right,
was
but
he?
he replaced what's his face. It wasn't the same.
Well, it depends on who what's his face is.
Was in Star Trek Next Generation. Played the kid.
Oh,
Stand by Me.
Joss Whedon? No.
No.
Yes.
No, something Whedon. Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah. Joss Whedon wrote like Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Also, Chaplain Thrain, it depends on which who. I know we've said like a bunch of different names right there. Well, see, when I picked up this book, I was not aware of all that drama. But I guess I've also read Ender's Game, so, you know.
Fair.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta separate the art from the artist, but,
It's better than that. Low bar, but.
right.
You want to know what else from our childhood is becoming lost media, if not already?
What?
Dave the Barbarian.
Oh. Alright, Dave the Barbarian. He's huge, but a wimp.
Dumb show, fun show. Critical Role replace. Oh, the guy we were talking about was Patrick Rothfuss. He guest starred in Critical Role, at least during the first season.
Oh, but I
And-
think he's asked. I think because you're saying Patrick Rothfuss replaced somebody on
Oh.
Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yes, yeah, he replaced Will
We-
Wheaton on
okay,
Acquisitions
yeah.
Incorporated.
We kind of changed gears pretty quickly on that one.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he didn't replace anyone on Critical Role. He was just a guest star that was on occasionally.
Yeah, it just kind of showed up, and he was like this. His character was like very beautiful.
Didn't he always play a
Which was-
bard?
I don't know that answer, but like they always joked about his character being super beautiful, and I don't know if you've ever seen Patrick Rothfuss, but he looks like just standard metal music concert goer.
He is what you think of when you hear a middle-aged white man that likes fantasy. I think it's fair to say.
Which is,
Well,
you know,
most of us.
he's just kind of mid. He's like a solid 5.
Also, John, we are not yet middle-aged. We got at least 5 years. It's a low bar, but it's a bar I'm willing to take.
The level of jokes that I can't make anymore.
Mm-hmm. That is correct, especially on live stream.
I hate you all.
No, you don't. You love us. It's okay. It's okay to be afraid of your feelings. As long as you admit at the end that you love us, that's what really matters.
So anyway,
He'll come around. He'll come around.
Chaplain Thrain, how you doing? Where are you joining us from? Because now I'm actually getting curious. Most because we have a Swedish friend already, so I like to
Without
establish
doxing
our
yourself, of course.
the borders of our realm, if you will.
I will also say,
stop
going
painting
back
off
to
to the
a
side here.
words. Going off a previous topic, which of the live stream people that we feel like we would most want to recognize us first, or which one we would like to want to show up on?
Are you asking just from like a personal point of view? Ooh, Wisconsin. Originally from Texas. I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry.
For you,
I've
brother.
heard.
We do like Wisconsin. I have some friends from Wisconsin, and a friend of mine is a doctor in. Oh crap! Is it? She did her residency in Milwaukee. I don't remember if she's in Milwaukee or she's like an hour north of Milwaukee now.
And I am originally from Texas. As well.
I have a mild connection to Wisconsin. I believe my
I believe.
grandma's family was from Wisconsin, actually, before she moved to Michigan. And I have a fair number of family up in the UP, the Upers.
I've only been to. Let's see. I think I've only been to Wisconsin once. Yeah, no, I think I've only been to Wisconsin once. And that was driving through to go to my extended work trip in Virginia.
You went from here to Virginia and passed through Wisconsin.
Yeah, I stopped by a friend of mine's.
That's fair. You went on like a whole road trip, didn't you?
Yeah, I turned into a road trip. I saw the Mothman statue, as one does.
Oh, I know. I got the butt picture to prove it.
Yeah, Mothman statue. Very cheeked up. Very cheeked up.
Totally unrelated. What? Also, I would like to point out you didn't know that. I told you that, and you didn't believe me until you saw it.
Yep, that's fair. I saw it. It's like, and we know what they say. Seeing is believing.
Also, unrelated, would you like to guess what faction he is going to play in Wasteland Warfare, if we ever get fully into it?
The Cult of the Mothman. That's right. Good job, everybody.
Wasteland Warfare is not real.
I'll bring the starter box on Friday to the store. So maybe if our little refresh game of Armada is quick enough, we can play some Wasteland. We can try Wasteland Warfare.
I was going to ask, how long are Armada games?
The tournaments
Next.
would put them at
German
tournaments
Bridge.
limit you to an hour and a half, if I remember correctly, for a full-size game.
Okay.
So probably be a little bit of a shorter stream, but that's okay. And we'll also just we'll yap, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially with Jeff playing one of the armies. Right, it's Jeff? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jeff. I need to talk to Jeff to see what play style he plays for naval combat games, so I can make his if somebody make his list appropriately.
I was going to be like, you think he has a playstyle for naval combat games? Then I remember he's played Dystopian Wars, so he actually probably does have a bit of a playstyle.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, actually, now that I've said it. I need to stay.
I'll text him right now before I forget.
I don't know, to victory at sea for reasons that I don't understand.
I think we both know the reasons are.
What are you trying to say?
That you have a thing for World War II naval warfare? What were you going to think I was going to say?
Oh.
You've told me this multiple times. I think we're breaking a whole lot of new ground here. This paint's really thick. I haven't used this in a while.
Oh, that paint thick.
Thick with 3 C's, you know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of C's right there, boy. Let's see, and more sleeves. This is a very pretty model.
You know, I had a question I was going to ask about one of the streams, and now I forgot what it was.
Oh, I mean, that's a good conversation right there.
I do know that Chaplain Thrain said he was looking forward to the World Eaters vs. Death Guard stream, which is going to be a really dumb stream, one way or the other. I can tell you that right now.
Yep, Bird is very excited. He's bringing a Lord of Skulls, apparently.
Oh.
Because I didn't even know he had one. And he's like, yeah, I've been waiting for an excuse. Like, all right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm okay to be your excuse.
You've never seen it?
No, I've never seen his Lord of Skulls. I think he
got it
Yeah, no, I
last
don't
edition. Yeah, he's had it for a while.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. I don't think I've seen it.
I think he
tried to
has
play
both.
2 of them in one game.
Hmm?
He tried to play 2 of them in one game.
Wait, does he own 2?
He has like
He owns,
the
like,
walking
Titan.
one. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that thing.
Some would say better looking one.
I don't know. So I will say in the last edition, in 9th edition, the tracked one had a little bit of a resurgence for a little bit. for the pure fact that it's so solid you can hide an entire, like, half of an army behind it.
Okay, that's gonna be a fun stream if he brings 1 to 2 of those.
Honestly, I'm ready for it. I kind of hope he brings that other thing, though I don't know if it has rules anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know if it has Legends rules, to be honest with you.
What is it even called?
It's like Titan. Yeah.
Huh.
Honestly, if he wants to bring it and run it just as like another Lord of Skulls, I'm kind of okay with it. Just because it would look fantastic and be hilarious.
Huh.
I forgot how many little parts Greek has. Itchy. But anyway, what I was originally going with that, Chaplain Thrain, if you have any particular like matchups or armies you'd like to see on the channel, feel free to let us know. I think we have access to basically everything at this point.
Ooh. So I will say, Jeff does not have 100 Poxwalkers. However, Chris has offered to paint 100 Poxwalkers for Jeff. If I had to guess, I know Jeff loves his demon engines. So if I had to speculate, if I had to like look into the looking glass, right? I would assume that he's going to try to bring as many demon engines. He's probably going to use whatever the there is an armor detachment for Death Guard, right? Like a tank detachment?
I assume there's some sort of vehicle detachment.
So I'm assuming he'll run that, and then as many as possible as he can fit of demon engines and the artillery piece, or he will bring 87 different Terminators, like he did against me on the AdMech game, which I will admit, in a part of self-reflection, I was a little poo-poo on, a little more poo-poo than I should have been. Because, you know, just a game, bro.
It happens. We all get poo-poo magoo.
Everyone gets one poo-poo magoo. That's official channel rules. Everyone gets one mental breakdown on stream. Everyone gets one poo-poo magoo. So it is written.
It is known.
It is known. Though actually, my friend Mel, also a friend of the channel, apparently was guest starring on Tabletop Titans today, where she brought her...
That was her?
What?
Wait, was that genuinely her?
Yeah, no, that was her.
Oh, I watched a little bit of that. I didn't know that was your friend.
Yeah, that's Mel Wallace. Yeah, she's a friend of mine.
So she mentioned our channel, right?
I noticed it like when I got into my car after work. So I just sent her like a hey, kick his ass kind of little text. And then I hopped in the chat a little bit before this. So I don't know if she mentioned the channel, but
I mean,
we
she
still
doesn't have to mention
appreciate
it on
her.
stream, but like mention to them would be awesome. I didn't realize that was her. So I remember seeing that. I remember thinking like, oh, Scott's friend has the same name, or like, or not like the exact same name, but like, oh yeah, we know a Mel. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you do know about they freaking what? But yeah, no, that's her. That's my friend Mel. But yeah, they were playing Orc Speedwall.
Yeah.
Versus Oops All Poxwalkers. The thing is, that list is refined and has cut its teeth against my Oops All Crute. So if any list was going to be able to kill 100+ Poxwalkers, it would have been that one. So I need to go back and watch it to see like how it went.
So let me get this straight, Scott. You sat here and asked, what channels would you like us to get recognized on? Knowing damn well we have an inadvertent connection to Tabletop Titans.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't want to like assume things. I've talked to those guys a couple times, and like I said,
mostly for fashion advice.
What?
Said mostly for fashion advice.
Well, that's also fair.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, like, my sweater that you guys, You know, the high collar sweater, right?
I have never dissed the sweater. Let it be known.
Yeah, no, I got that sweater because I saw Adrian on Tabletop Titans wearing it, and then I asked the chat, and eventually I just like added his wife. He's like, "Hey, where do you get that?"
You just added his wife.
Well, I mean, she was the moderator, not moderator. She was the producer that day. So I was like, "Hey, hi,
That's funny.
hi."
Listen. Oh, that's crazy. You're just blown. I'm sorry, my mind's a little bit blown right now. That I did not realize that was actually the person you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
How did she get on the channel? How does that even
because
work?
because she's like one of their top mods.
What?
Yeah, I met her when I became friends with her when I met her at the LVO during a Titans meetup.
I had no idea. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
Alright.
met her.
so
Yeah,
now
yes.
so now we have to plan on how to get on Tabletop Titans.
But yeah, no, I mean, I've talked to him a couple times at LVO, but
Got to network. That's the thing, right?
yeah, network, yeah, right, we're networking, right, we're networking. Oh god, and that sword is flying away.
Yeah, that's crazy. What a world.
What a world! What a world!
Ugh, big church.
Well, yep, that's your Scott lore for the day. I don't know
Yeah.
if that counts as Scott lore, but
Scott friend lore.
yeah, Scott friend lore.
Scott's friend we like better than Scott.
Oh,
Scott's friend who has cooler friends than Scott.
oh man. It's okay. I'm just a man blessed with many friends. I get it. We
Yeah,
try to
that's
make
funny.
up for my own lack of coolness with all the people in my life.
How's my phone doing? Okay, it is actually charging, so don't worry about dying again. Note for the future.
All right. I think my plan is Brent, I'm not sure how late you're planning on doing this stream. I think my plan is to finish building the base of this lady here, of this statue of a lady here, and then probably call it.
I think that's fair. I was going to ask. It's getting to be about 10 o'clock for us, so it is getting a bit late.
As I, because I'm an idiot, have to wake up at 4 a.m., I will probably go to sleep pretty soon.
That was another reason I was going to bring it up. Cause like, John has to get up in like 6 hours.
It's fine.
Oh dear God. All right. Well,
Hey, he said he
it's-
needs between 6 and 8.
It's fine.
well, it sounds like the customer was going to bring in donuts for you guys at least, so that's good.
My boss apparently doesn't think I'm going to wake up on time.
Ooh, vote of confidence.
Everything I know about your boss, that tracks.
You know, really, real tells it like it is kind of guy, right?
Yeah, very.
He told me to text him when he comes in, and if I don't, he's going to send somebody else. Like, well, what happens if the other guy doesn't come in? And his response was that I could do it alone. But if it's only the other guy, he needs backup. Like, oh, shoot, I don't know if I can argue about that.
Chaplain 3 did
Other guy
say
being
he would love to see
Cowboy
a
Coleman come in.
triple threat kill team game, though. But he doesn't know what factions.
I don't actually know what that means. Is that like a three-way kill team battle?
That's what it sounds like if I had to guess.
Or is that like the PvE version? Actually, no. And like, so, channel lore,
Reconnect.
our first recording we ever did to like actually test up our setup and everything was a kill team game, and that footage exists somewhere. It's very rough though, so no one's ever gonna see it. But yeah, so we originally like did that as a like way to test all the cameras and all the logistics and stuff. And, you know, honestly, kill team seemed kind of fun. It seemed pretty fun. It's just I would like to know the rules better. But I know a lot of people are very PvPvP. Okay, that's fair. But I know like the kill team is very popular. I've even heard like some sites say that's probably like the best rule set Games Workshop's ever made.
But it's a little bit of a hyperbole.
I don't know. That was the Goonhammer official take on it. Is that kill the newest edition of Kill Team is like the tightest and best rule set that they have made. That Games Workshop has
I can
made.
accept that from Goonhammer a little bit. I will say
Yeah,
a lot of people say that about basically every other system that's not 40k, which really
Right.
makes me question whether any of it's true, and people just don't like current 40k.
Right.
Which is a
Because,
valid
I
opinion,
mean-
but
Because 40k has gained some anti-support, if you will, just over the years. As they move things further away from the pseudo simulation rules that we had back in like 6th,
yeah.
with, like armor casings and
I mean,
stuff.
they've thrown bones with like Horus Heresy, but they're very different games for different play styles. Like I don't mind Horus Heresy, but like it's a lot to just like throw down on a weekend, you know?
Yeah, and I think I honestly like I love the current rule set for 40k. It's very tight. It's well balanced, relatively speaking. Especially like when you look back at like 6th or 7th edition. I don't know. It's just a good rule set. Good solid rule set. It's definitely more abstraction than it used to be, but I don't think that's necessarily to its detriment.
Yeah, like I said, I like 10th edition a lot. I really like the detachment system. I like that I can change. Like that's kind of the annoying thing when people are like, "Well, it doesn't have any flavor." It's like, okay, but back in 9th edition, I was locked into one way to play my Black Templars, right? And if I don't play them that way, I don't do good because they're only designed to play basically one way.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, I want to do something different every once in a while. I don't only want to do this. So I really like the detachment system. And I will argue that
it's very the plug and play. Like Grommus alone showed what they can do with the plug and play system, where they can just like, hey, here's a new detachment. Easy.
absolutely. And I mean, that's kind of what Tabletop Tactics said. They were like, hey, Grotmus is probably the best thing we've had happen to 40k, at least in the last 2 to 3 years. Because like that was awesome. That was just like, hey, everyone is getting a new detachment every day. It's going to be great, and it was.
And then the quarterly update is like, boom, here's a couple more detachments. It's just like so easy to breathe life into the system and just like, here, it's just something new and exciting.
Yeah, even if it's not good, it's just like, hey, it's different, right? Like it's something.
Or even if it's too good, like more Daka.
Or what was it? Was the Necron one that was like broken? They had to day one patch it.
It wasn't day one, but it was pretty close.
By the way, y'all want to guess what army had the highest win rate last week?
Emperor Children.
No, it was Orcs still.
Yeah.
I mean, Orcs is a good codex. Like they've always been good.
Well, just a good code. It's just a good
they
codex,
fluctuate,
and
but-
also, it's just I feel like the older codexes, the one that just have more units in them, have an easier time with like just being good, just because they have so many options.
Yeah, they just have a lot more flexibility. It's very easy to, like I was kind of talking about, you can mix up the playstyles fairly effectively because you have the units to support it. The Orcs especially,
Like that's why you have issues with like the Votan, because they have not that many units.
Didn't have a great win rate, but won 4 events over the weekend.
Oh, that's good on them.
So won the most events.
I mean, it's fair.
Oh.
Orcs also have the issue of just like a lot of new players come to them as like their second army, or sometimes even their first.
God, but why? It's so expensive.
Because it's so just quintessential Warhammer.
Yeah, it's so goofy. Like it's iconic. Say what you will, but Orcs are absolutely iconic to the franchise. So much so,
Oh, yeah.
you are starting to see them bleed into other franchises.
Yeah. I will also say, I don't know if we directly answered what Chaplain Thrain said, so yes, we would like to do more Kill Team eventually. PvP might be a little difficult right now because we only have 2 mics for the players. So, yeah, we're as if I don't, you've been with us for a little bit now, but we've been making a lot of changes and doing a lot of growth. So, hopefully, we can eventually do things like that, where we can have like three-way games, or we can have team games. But that's a little bit further down the line.
I will say,
Just
just
'cause
as long keep supporting the channel, and eventually we'll be able. Because a lot of it is financial. Like this costs a lot. It's not a cheap thing. So just keep watching our
Cameras-
videos. Keep helping.
Cameras are expensive, guys.
Yeah.
I have learned that. Though, guest producer Joe just gave me a GoPro Hero 2, so I'm gonna try to see what I can do with that. I'm kind of curious to see if it's better than the current dice cam.
What's wrong with the dice cams?
A
Yeah,
lot.
you-
a lot
you-
is long with that dice cam.
Yeah, that thing's cursed. That thing has about 3 pixels, and 2 of them are about the processing power of a potato.
It's 2
Like,
pixels
okay,
and a
so-
brain cell. They can't use all of them at the same time.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm trying to focusing. But yeah, I mean, like the camera does what it needs to do. It's just, we got what we paid for. I bought it for $150. You got a $150 camcorder.
Fair.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair. I
We
was
can
looking
use
at
it
the.
whenever we inevitably travel to an event, and it can be like it can be vintage. It'll be great.
Yeah, there's probably some clever things we can do as well. But yeah, at some point we're gonna have like a kill team game or something. Like we talked about last stream, just like Saturday side quests, or as we're showing with this coming Sunday, we just there's more games out there. There's a lot of just really good rule systems out there, and we just like playing them. So we'll have more stuff on there. Still the main focus is 40K, just because that's really the game that brought all of us together in the first place, and just has such a, especially nowadays, has such a good community around it. Such a growing community as well.
Yeah, that's one thing you can kind of expect from us is we're just going to do what we think is fun. If we don't think it's fun, we're not going to do it. Like that's not really where we're set up to be. I don't think we're where we
Except
want to be.
like Jeff, right? So as long as a majority of us is having fun, we can assure you that on any given stream, at least 2 of the people are going to be having fun.
It might not be both players, but someone is having fun in this, I assure you.
Which is also kind of why I was kind of hyped that we're playing Armada, because Armada is a favorite of mine. I love Armada. I'm just sad that it's dead. Oh God.
I'd say they took it out back and they shoot it, but that's not very spacey.
Yeah, they shoot it at the airlock.
There you go. Yeah, that works.
They gave it like a final hurrah update, right? They made sure for the final update when they said, hey, we're going to stop supporting this, they made sure to put out like a new FAQ. They put out what they were calling rapid reinforcements, which is just like new data cards for some of the models that already existed, so they can run them in different factions.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, so like you can run a Venator with the Empire, because they still use the Venator class going into the Galactic Civil War, or no, not Galactic Civil War. What was the Galactic Civil War.
That was the name for the...
So they still use Venators going into the Galactic Civil War. They have victory classes for the Republic, because those were introduced towards the end of the Clone Wars. But yeah, they just gave like a bunch of like, here, it's just, we appreciate you guys. We're so happy that you were supportive of us. Unfortunately, we just like can't keep supporting this, but here's as much as we can do. And it still actually has a pretty active online community, because I just took like a little peek at their Reddit past couple of days. Like, oh wow, this is like still going. There's like people posting hourly.
And to be fair to them, like the Star Wars license is not a cheap license by any stretch of the imagination. Like,
Also
it is
true.
very expensive to do stuff with Star Wars.
They also lost a lot of money making the Executor, the Super Star Destroyer, because that thing. So I was a playtester for a bit for Armada. That thing was in playtesting for 5 years, trying to figure out how to get the stupid thing to work and not break the game.
Did they eventually just give up and throw it out into the wind?
No, honestly, like the rules they arrived to were pretty. They're all right. I don't own one just because they're expensive, but I, I if the North Star North Store has it, I would possibly be tempted to pick it up.
How much is it?
I don't remember.
Probably don't
I
want to
can
think
go
about
check
it. It's
though.
probably one of those purchases where you just close your nose or pinch your nose and just
Oh, I
come
mean,
out
I
the other
know something.
side.
We established that, so I could do that easily. Star Wars Armada. Let's check Asmodee. Also, like, to make matters worse, it was
print?
part of the license that. Sorry, what?
It's out of print.
Yeah, it's out of print. Does it still list the MSRP though?
I'm showing through eBay.
Oh, that's fair. Hmm. Oh, yeah. They don't even show it on the Asmodee website anymore because I guess it's sold out at this point. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Oh, okay. 240 is the price.
Ooh.
Because I still have the price listed on Fantasy Flight Games. Because that's the other thing, right? They kind of got shafted because all of the Fantasy Flight Games, who was the original people that owned the IP for Star Wars tabletop games, they got purchased by Asmodee, which is just like some big super conglomerate corporation nonsense, and they gave it over to Atomic Mass Games, who makes Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yep.
And when that transition happened, they also lost a lot of their design team, from what I heard.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a couple things like working together that just led to its demise. But like I said, there's still a very active online community. They have a lot of what it looks like there's a lot of fan-made rules as well for a lot of the background ships in Star Wars that they didn't background or EU ships that they never got to make models for. So you can also find a lot of just like 3D sculptors making stuff for the game.
That's a very Star Wars thing to do, by the way. Is just to wildly expand on something that was in the background for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like it's kind of a beautiful thing, right? This is kind of what I missed about that community, and all the guys there, all the people that I knew from there were just pretty nice. Were just not pretty nice. They're all just like very nice dudes. Armada, there's like I have a theory, right? That there is a critical mass that a game reaches where the scummy people start showing up. So like you see it in Magic, you'll occasionally see it at bigger 40K tournaments.
Wow, now
But
hold on here.
yeah, don't tell me there's not toxic Magic players.
I haven't met a non-toxic.
He wasn't defending them.
There's a critical mass where like all the scummy people start showing up, and luckily Armada was always like the weird kid, so never got to that critical mass. So like we're at the same tournaments or same tournament spaces that Star Wars X-Wing was happening, and you could hear just like people getting very upset, very just like some people were like actually yelling, and it's like and we just turned back to each other. I was like, man, I'm sure glad we're not those guys.
Sure glad I'm not over there right now.
Oh.
Where is this dude?
Well, my
There he is.
little statue is complete.
It is hilarious how I can listen to like most 40K content creators for like 10 minutes and figure out if they used to be Magic players.
They use the secret buzzwords,
There's a lot of them actually.
the code words.
It was like readily apparent very early on that all the Warhammer guys used to be like huge Magic players.
I mean, they've been pretty upfront about that too. To be fair,
Yeah.
To be fair, huh?
they just outright talk about Magic all the time. They're like, man, like that's a good. Like they use that as a point of reference for basically everything.
Yep.
Well, I mean, also it's just like such a big game. It's kind of hard not to.
It's a really big game in nerd spaces. It's very ubiquitous. It's very hard not to know someone that played it.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'm looking at the Khitan destroyer, whatever that the leggy boy is.
Satan?
Sure, let's go with that.
I feel like everybody has a different way to pronounce that word.
Satan.
Well, it's with a K. I don't think
I
K
don't
is
think-
normally a
Oh, the chitin. Okay.
chitin. Yeah, the corn one that we were talking about earlier.
I thought you were
I
talking
didn't
about
realize-
the Necron
No, that's a Khitan. That's
god. Oh god, my leg.
well,
Oh, this is the same word.
yeah. Well, okay, fair. I didn't realize this was still in production. It's just out of stock right now.
Huh. Actually,
Oh,
I
so
think
this-
you can use it in 30K.
Okay, that would explain why I didn't see rules for it then.
Because when 10th edition came out, they pulled a lot of models and were like, hey, you can still use this in 30K. And they did it to a bunch of models in the CSM range, and people were like, hey, there's actually not any 30K rules for this. What are you talking about? And they very quickly together threw a bunch for like the Brass Scorpion, I assume the Catan as well. Or Catan, whatever it is. The Lord of Skulls with legs. And probably the Lord of
they're
Skulls
now.
itself.
They're in the Martian Civil War book, I think.
Oh, did they finally get like printed rules?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I knew they threw out a PDF like a week later after people called them out on it and were like, what are you talking about?
Wait a minute.
Dude, are they
Oh,
in Martian
hold
Civil
on.
War?
It is
I think they're in Martian Civil War. It's not one of the campaign books I own.
let's see.
What campaign books do I own?
It makes
Oh,
sense
so
for it to be like the Dark
apparently
Mechanicum unit.
Apparently, it is a Legends unit for Chaos Space Marines.
Hmm.
I don't know if World Eaters can bring it. Let me double check.
If you go to the very bottom of the Chaos Space Marines Legends, it'll tell you that the Cold Legions can take all of them too.
Oh, all right, yeah. So if Bird wanted to, he could bring it if he so chose.
Beta Gammon is the only actual campaign book I have.
Huh, I just realized the Flamer dude for the engineers, the Krieg engineers, he has a little oven mitt type thing that he wears under the Flamer. So he doesn't burn
Oh,
himself.
that's cute.
Like right there. If we can make it out at all. Fascinating. Simply fascinating.
Though I will say, gentlemen, I've finished building my statue. It is also getting late.
It is indeed quite late. I can agree
So-
with that. I'm
so
going to
I
throw
think-
on these last few brushes of paint, and I will probably call it a night as well.
At least none of us have to wake up early in the morning.
Yeah,
Yep,
at least-
that's fair.
At least I don't have to be into work till 9:30.
No.
Man,
You
I'm
you
just
hate to
screwed.
see it, but
Alright, I'm out. Nice on y'all.
Alright, get you some sleep.
homie.
Talk to you later.
But I'll hang out with you until you're done, though.
Okay, I mean, I was literally just throwing on the last of this armor paint, I think. Then I need to get some of get the meme ready for tomorrow.
All right. That's fair. What does this thing actually do? So it has Blessings of Corn, whatever. I don't know what the new version of that looks like, but it does actually get the rule. It can step over things that were 4 inches or less in height, so it's got a super heavy walker rule. And also, every time it makes a charge move, it gets sustained hits. And then once per game, it can advance and charge.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh god, 425 points. What?
It's 425 points?
That is many points. How much is the Lord of Skulls? Hold on.
I remember the Lord of
assuming-
Skull has 2 data sheets, so.
I did not know that. All right.
Yeah, 'cause it has one for CSM and one for Warriors.
Right. Oh, Chris had the 450 points for Lord of Skulls. So okay, it's 25 points cheaper than that.
Real quick, as we are winding down, if chat has any questions for us or any last minute stuff before we kind of get ready to call it a night here. Got a good chunk of my Krieg done. I feel kind of happy with that. There's still a lot of final touches on, but you have color, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's always nice. And I have a built little statue thing.
It's a very nice statue. Like, you guys can't see
Very
it,
nice
but it's a
statue.
very nice statue. Let me tell you.
I mean, technically he can't see it either, but he saw the one on Sunday, so.
Fair. That's what I said.
And
You guys can't see it.
Jumping through the numbers the numbers in this instance are how much pain Chris can deliver with World Eaters this time.
Favorite army to run? Currently, right now, the one that inspires the most joy is actually my Kriegers. Like, I really enjoy running my Imperial Guard right now. A lot of that is just I've been playing Black Templars pretty non-stop since the start of the edition, and my list has only changed like relatively slightly over that time. So for me, it's just like, this is new. It plays very different to a melee army, so it's very like, it feels very different. It feels very new, and that's what I like about it. Plus, having the 60 Penal Legion is deeply hilarious to me.
Yeah, I still need to fight that, or watch somebody fight that and suffer. Though for me, for 15 years I played Tau. Though apparently my other theory is that there is a Tau to Custodes pipeline, where eventually you get so tired of shooting people that you just want to go up and just punch them right in the nose. So I did the Custodes pipeline for a little bit. I think right now I am wanting to play more Tau, just because they're like, my old favorite. They're what I've always ran. I have not ran them a lot this edition, except for like Oops All Crute. So I will also say the Oops All Crute does inspire a lot of joy. That is just stupid fun, and the games are always so goofy.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% correct. Do you mean like more like straight Tau, like non-crew Tau, or?
Yeah, I think I want to look at auxiliary cadre more. So that's kind of like, using all the tactics and whatnot that I've learned from running Oops All Crute, and then applying it with more actual Tau, because that one's very synergistic between the two. It'd be, if it was a buzzword at a company meeting, it would be a synergistic management solution.
I feel like you've had a lot of meetings lately, and that's why.
There's been a lot of meetings, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at right now. I know John's been bouncing around a lot, so I don't know if he has a specific one he's just absolutely loving, but he also just likes to bounce around. So.
Well, I think it's Eldar for him.
Oh, yeah.
He gets most joy out of Eldar.
Honestly, I think he really likes technical armies. I think he really
does. I think
he seems to really enjoy
that's what he
them.
likes Magic too, right? He likes trying to line up the combos and getting the pop off, and I think that's what he's finding out what he's enjoying in 40K as well.
Which is good, because that's really what you want. Because that's what gets you coming back.
Yeah. Because you can play the best thing all day, but at the end of the day, it's just a matter of what you enjoy.
Yeah. It's really just what inspires joy.
Get to the points. Yeah, eventually get to the point where if you have an army you enjoy playing enough, it's fun even to lose, right?
Absolutely.
That's like me with the Crute. I just love running them. It's always such a weird game. It's always funny. Especially now that I have movement trays that I can actually play it in more than 2 business days. Or less than 2 business days.
I need to borrow those next time I run my guard. And I totally agree. That's one of the things I really love about playing the guard is that they're not that good, right? Like, they're going to suffer, and it's going to be fun because of that, or at least in partly because of that. Just because, so many of them are going to die in the process. They're very much a long, playing to the end of the game army, which the Black Templars aren't, but they are still fun in that way too, where it's just okay, I might be losing, but I'm about to drop Helbrecht, and he's going to kill, a knight, and that's going to be really cool, regardless of what happens afterwards. Yeah. Chaplain, what's your favorite army? Just give us one last thing. We'll probably call it after that, because it is getting late for us, and I know all of us have to work tomorrow at least.
Yeah, I gotta go be at least Jonathan's emotional support.
Emotional support animal.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go in at 5 o'clock. I'm not that supportive, but we like him, but
And I've got like, I don't have to be until like 9:30 tomorrow, and I think I get off at 1, so it's like not a long shift or anything. Just gonna suck, so I'm gonna be out of town next week. So.
No kidding. You haven't actually played a tabletop game yet? Well,
Really?
I am glad that we can help introduce you to this. So,
It
as
sounds like you're very
always,
familiar with the lore for sure. Like,
oh yeah. As always, we're always more than happy to answer questions. And if you have any questions, like next stream, if you're joining us next stream, just about anything. Oh, that's right, because he's the one that brought up
Okay.
Battleshrike last stream, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, let us know what you think of that actually once you get a game in, because I've certainly enjoyed the BattleTech universe in the past, and I've talked about that. That was kind of my introduction to wargaming, was an old HeroClix version of BattleTech. So I would love to hear what you think about that. Though I don't think I'll be, if I'm in, I might be in the chat on Sunday. I don't think I'll actually be there. At least not for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we finally got our boy a day off, so
It's only been 2 months. It's fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
That's fair. It's very hard to find a
Yeah.
community.
That's really step one, is just finding those people and being like, hey, like who's available, and conning any friends you might have into getting into it is usually the easiest way. That's how I got started with 40K. I talked a friend into splitting the Indomitus box. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, we're building a good community here. Hopefully, we can get you some real life games, Chaplain Thrain.
I love how you just quoted the next XLR's intro. I just want you to know that. Yeah. It's like, you dig giant robots, we dig. It's a whole process. Ugh. I do have a 3-day weekend this weekend. That's actually going to be pretty great. Yeah. Yeah, I do know going forward we do plan to try and do this. We might not do it every Wednesday, so it's very much a how are we feeling, but we do want to be able to do this more often because we need to get the armies painted too. Yeah, I mean we'd be doing it kind of anyway, so really it's just like a extension of that, but lets us interact with you guys, which is always great and fun. And I would like to thank you, Chaplain Thrain, for being a very active member of our chat. We only have a couple people so far, so everyone that hops in means a lot to us. I can tell you that for sure. One of the OGs going forward, I can tell you that right now. Yeah, it's starting to hit me. So, all right, I already got standby streams thrown up, so I won't wave at you. But again, thank everyone that came in, Chaplain Thrain for being active in the chat, and everyone else that was just chilling out watching us hobby and stream. Thank you so much.
Anything before I show it to you guys?
I just realized I'm not 100% sure I have you guys, like, I'm not 100% sure your guys' thing works in the chat. Okay. It might be. He's acting like it, so it'll be fine.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on Sunday.